Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? The market giving us a bit of volatility. Guys, I appreciate you being here today. This is going to be an impromptu live stream. I felt like, why not? It's jump on. We have a couple of goals today. The main goal is to get a few subs on the other platforms. You know which other platforms I'm talking about, guys. We need to get some subscribers. We need to get some degens happening at the Crypto Corner. Check out our YouTube channel right now. Starting off very young, very small. We got lots of good alpha there with the crew. We got Tao Trades coming out with his daily live streams. And in fact, we're going to be going live in a couple hours and reviewing one individual's portfolio, basically looking at what they've been buying, what they've been accumulating, and how they're positioned, and giving a bit of a commentary on what that looks like. Okay, guys. So just understand that we're just hanging out today. Nothing formal, just hanging out with you guys. I've been looking for some opportunities in the market, and the truth is the market hasn't really been giving us much. Right, a bit painful, to be honest. Okay, so it is what it is. Hopefully we can get some guests here happening. I got some crew members that might be joining us, and like I mentioned, we have a goal today. The goal is to get from 160 to 1K. Now, obviously, we're not going to get that in one day. It would be blessed. It would be absolutely blessed to get in one day, but, it's very unlikely. But that's one of our goals as a crew. And as I mentioned, the crew, we got a crew happening. We got myself, obviously. We got Tao Trades. We got the Green Hornet. We got Stan, the Data Man. We also have Levi. He's coming in hot very, very soon with lots of good alpha. He's our newest member. So let's see which one of these guys have the opportunity to join in the next little while. I know that we got Tao coming in very, very soon anyway. So in the meantime, let's have a bit of a chat, guys. Welcome, everybody. We got Alan in the house. We got a few others. Let me just see who we got here. We got some OGs that always are frequent flyers here at BTD Crypto. I appreciate you guys. Of course, as always, I appreciate you. Got Daniel in the house. How's it going, buddy? We got Daniel. We got a few others. Let me see if I can just reposition some of these screens. I got like many screens going, and it's been a while since I've been live like this, just random, just showing up, just showing up. And that sometimes it's an opportunity for us to just catch up. Okay, let's see. We got Alan. How's it going, buddy? We got Mr. P. We got Juan. How's it going? We got Raptors. Okay, that's an interesting one. Samuel MZ. We got a few coming in. I appreciate the stickers and the roses, buddy. I really do. I really appreciate that. And we got Daniel. How's it going, buddy? All right, so let's just have a bit of a chat. How many of you are trading right now? We're in a bit of an issue because we have been seeing some downside. And this morning, I came out with the analysis. Just give me a second here. I came out with the analysis this morning with premium members of the Discord. I apologize. I'm just going to load this up. So let's see who's yapping on the Discord side of things. I came out, gave the analysis, and I told you guys major indecision happening right now. And still, as we do see this downtrend, it's still a bit of indecision, right? We're not really getting that much decision. So let's jump right into some charts. By the way, guys, this is the CryptoCornerTerminal.com. If you're interested, this is all the alpha you need, and links are in the bio, in the description, and all that good stuff. Go check it out. Let's jump right into some charts here. And by the way, guys, interrupt me whenever you see fit. If you have any questions or anything like that, concerns or any projects you want me to yap about, feel free to let me know. And we'll definitely I'll have an opinion. Let's put it that way. We'll have an opinion about what's going on here. I just want to start one more thing on the side, if you don't mind. I'm just going to quickly get something going here in another tab. And what I'm going to do... we've got to get comfortable here, guys. We got to go. I plan on being here for a couple hours anyways. Seeing if we can achieve some of this goal. So yeah, as you can see, we're playing some games here. A major indecision. And this morning at 6:30 a.m. when I was live, it was quite difficult because what happens is we start looking at this sideways range, right? And we get into a familiar zone where we're going sideways. But if you look at this on the higher time frames, it is indecision. Okay, it is indecision. So what we have to understand is, indecision modes mean that, hold on, mean that, on higher time frames, this is an indecision candle. We got the body, we got the wick, and we got the wick. And we can see that the market kind of is trying to make a decision, but I don't trust it, guys. I don't trust it. Guys, let me know in the chat. Do you guys trust this? I really don't, to be honest. I'm having a bit of an issue here with one of my stuffs. Let's call it stuffs right now. I'm not sure why. Let's see. Let me try again. Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's see. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I think we're good now. I think we're good. I apologize. Okay. So yeah, the indecision across the market is tough because you don't know where you're going, right? You don't know if we're going to be going long or short. And I always put a lot of emphasis on market structure. So it's not just about, momentum or oscillators or anything like that. It's all about market structure. And what I see here is just sideways. We saw diamond pattern. You guys might know how much I dislike diamond patterns with a passion. Like, I absolutely dislike diamond patterns. Well, but sometimes we get them, and then the question is, what do we do, right? Do we trade them? I don't trade diamond patterns. I hate them so much. I ignore them. So for me, it's just about hanging tight and waiting for this to reclaim. And as you can see, we are currently in the process of reclaiming the range. And then, then the question is, again, do we get bearish? Do we get bullish? We don't have to reclaim. In fact, we could get rejected right now. Right? And that's the problem. If we get rejected, that's a confirmation of a lower high, a lower high confirmation, or let's say a resistance zone that, once potentially was support in the past. This was whipsaw price action. So it was a major deleveraging event. How do we take this? This is the biggest concern, guys, is when you see indecision, you don't know how to take this, right? We could go long, we could go short. That inflection is basically where we're at, this is how it is. We look for opportunity, whether we are up or down, but at inflection, that's where we get the majority of the issues. Like, what do we do here? Like, reject, keep on coming down, or do we get back above and back test and spring and bounce? Maybe we should get some I don't know, we should get some music up in here. Maybe, what do you guys think? Should we get, I don't have any royalty free music ready to go. Maybe I should get something on somewhere. It would be pretty nice. How do I get some good royalty free music? I'm sure I can come up with something here live with you guys, just for some background noise. Are we falling asleep? Gold by now, I'm not sure. Gold Master, gold by now, BT, a link, bio. I'm not sure what you're saying, but it sounds like you're trying to support me. I appreciate you guys. We're trying to have a goal here. 1K subs. I don't know when we're going to get it, but we definitely would love it to have this going so we can get the crew a bit of action here, and some awareness that we are here as a crew. And obviously we vote with subs, and it's free. That's the best part. It's free. Now, again, I want to see if I can get some sound back here, and I don't want to get any strikes, so I got to be very careful. Let's see what I have. Let's see, maybe what would be the best source? I don't want to stream anything on YouTube. I don't want to do any of that, because then what happens is we get wrecked, right, with bandwidth, and I'm streaming on all kinds of different places right now. So I definitely want to take it easy there. Don't miss out. Let's get rid of this dude. He's block this guy and mute this guy. He's what a spammer. Okay, so as I'm waiting for a price action, let's this simmer right here. We're gonna watch this. What we really want to do is, again, get back in the range and sustain and get some support there. If we can get that, that was a very good sign of strength. That was pretty much another sweep of liquidity. And manipulative moves happen all the time, guys. What can I say? They happen. They cause problems for people because, again, you have your stop losses all in here. And it's just range-bound price action. This is why people call it the chop zone. There's a reason why it's called the chop zone. And of course, the main reason is because, really, people get chopped up. You know, the price action goes all over the place. You don't know any real direction. So this is where you kind of have to chill out and wait for the market to give you some sort of conclusion, you know, something. It doesn't have to be, you know, like a crazy expansion, but maybe a market structure that suggests lower highs and lower lows that's stepping away from this range. You know what I mean? And in the meantime, you know, we just kind of hang out and wait to see what happens. Look, entering a short right now is not bad of an idea. I get it. I get why you would, because you're touching around this level and potentially looking for a rejection at this zone. So I understand why you would want to get short right now. Lower timeframes are okay, you know, suggesting that maybe you're a little bit late to this short scenario. Maybe a little bit late. Expansion already kind of came in a little bit, and we got order flow coming in with the red, and volatility is already oversold. So it's a little bit kind of late. But again, I'm looking at the 15-minute chart, guys. You know, we could go flip from bearish to bullish so instantly it's not even funny. So this is one of the scenarios. Let's see if I can find some sort of music. I got the BTD crypto one. I don't want to play that. We're always listening to that on the live streams. Let's see if I can find something else. Not really seeing much here. Let's see if I have some other type of music. That would be pretty good. I don't have anything, guys. What's going on? I'm so underprepared. Maybe on my desktop. I mean, I got all kinds of garbage everywhere, guys. This is how it goes when you're streaming and you're doing all kinds of stuff. I got OBS plugins everywhere, files all over the place. I got to get a new computer. That's one of my things. You know what it is? I get anxiety thinking about it. I'm so used to it. And it's not because of money or anything. Like, it's not a problem. The problem is I get anxiety because I don't want to transfer over stuff. You know, the last thing I want to do is transfer over files and folders, and then they don't work, and this and that. And then, you know, I got to go live at night. Like, I don't want to be playing games. You know what I mean? So no files here. I know I had some downloaded somewhere. The question is where? And I'll keep on digging in the meantime. I'll keep on digging. So yeah, in the meantime, we can just keep on focusing on what is going on with Bitcoin. I feel like a short might be due here, but I would like to get onto the 5-minute and look at signs of exhaustion from the bulls, like a little bit of a rounded top of some sort. Because if we get back into this range, I'm already long, guys, low key. I'm already long. I have a long position already built since yesterday from this bottom. So I'm patiently waiting to see. You know, I picked my position based on what I see on momentum, and momentum is suggesting upside, but no follow through yet. This is the most important thing with trading, is you got to wait for follow through on market structure, or else you're asking for trouble, right? I'm not here to gamble, but at the same time, I'm here to take a shot here and there. I'm still looking for my music files, guys. Oop, I apologize about that. I really do. Let's get back in. Let's get that going again. So yeah, that's basically what I'm looking for. I'm looking for opportunities. Maybe Spotify can give me something. I don't know. Let's get rid of Spotify. So yeah, that's basically it. Here on the 5-minute, we're getting this little bouncy bounce, just right here, and that might be useful. All right. I'm going to take a second and look for some music in the meantime. Let's see how fast I could do this. I know I have a USB key somewhere with some old files that I used to have with some stuff. Guys, I got a deep dive. I got to start working on a deep dive on Thursday. You know, low key, I'm not really, I wish, like, I like doing deep dives. I like doing the research, but after 150 of them, you know, and the views are not there. Not that I really care, right? But the views are not there, just to put as a side note. But what's most important to me, mostly, sorry guys, let me just see if I can find this USB key. What bothers me the most is that those deep dives take time. They take time, and they take me away from my absolute goals, my goals in life, you know, with regards to the community and you know, the crew and the ecosystem that I've been building for the last little while. It takes me away like a whole day, literally. Like, I don't mean a full day in beginning, but like literally 24 hours. It takes me about 24 hours spread across about 3 days to do a deep dive, full on research. And that takes me away from, even trading. I've noticed that I'm such in a zone, I get locked in, and I can't even trade. So I'm missing out on opportunities there. And then I'm missing out on building my ecosystem, engaging with you guys. That's another thing. And in doing these, like, I like going live. I like doing my thing here. And going live is great. So for me, oops, sorry, apologize, guys. You can see I'm a little bit rusty here with the lives. I only go live every single day and push all kinds of different buttons all day long. That's all I do. So yeah, let's where do we go from here? Maybe here, but we should get rid of the outro. Sorry guys, intro, let's get rid of that. Okay, so yeah, look, that's the thing. Once you're in a flow where I'm committed to my deep dives and committed to the community, and my commitments have exceeded the amount of hours that I have in a day, things get hectic because I also have a personal life, right? It's not just about trading all day long. I got things I got to cook, right? I got all kinds of different things I got to do. Now, what else do we put things aside, personal life aside, and that's where things get stressful when you're trying to put work in front of personal. So you got a lot, you got things to do. Rejection here. What is happening here? Short-term rejection. No, nothing really that conclusive. But I understand if you want to get into shorts into this zone. I really do. I get it. It's valid. Your invalidation is getting back in the range, by the way, to get chopped up again. If we get back into this range, it's fine. It's bullish again, right? This is what you look for, right? And this we can put this away for now. But essentially, be careful for these swings that fail, because they trap you up, they get you wrecked. They eat away at your they eat away at your gains, at everything, your portfolio. Now, you think that they're small losses, but they add up after a while, So I'm back on the hunt, looking for music. Let's see if I got something. I know at one point I did. I'm just trying to find where that would be. Playlists here? No, not that. Music in here? No, that's not it. Would it be in my downloads? Who knows, guys? Who knows? Downloads, desktop. I got all kinds of junk. Maybe here. Maybe here. No, not here. So yeah, we're looking for opportunities, guys. If you want us to reach our goal, if you want to help us reach our goal, we're trying to get 1,000 subs. Okay, so check us out on obviously on YouTube, TikTok, X. We're trying to reach these goals on YouTube. So if you don't mind, join us on the channel. We're gonna have Tao Trades on with us in a couple hours, and in the meantime, we're just gonna hang out, look for different projects, look for opportunities, guys. If you have any projects you want me to take a look at, or you want to go do some fundamental research, go on some websites, you want to get my opinion on anything, on any projects, now's your time. You have my full attention for the next little while. In the meantime, I'm on the hunt for music, something for these streams. I know I have a USB somewhere. Main store. I got devices. I got maybe here. Let me see. Maybe I hit the jackpot. Apps. No. Here. Maybe here. And then what I'm gonna do. Okay, music files. We're going somewhere there, guys. We're getting somewhere. Yes. Okay, let me just quickly copy these over to a local hard drive so I get the speed. And then so that we don't get too much lag. You know what I mean? You don't want the lag. You wanna have some good performance, especially when you're streaming these things. So let's do that. And then what I'll do is put it in my main folder here, and I'll do it. Let's put it here where my streaming stuff is. Then, okay, that should take a second. In the meantime, what I'm going to have to do is put an audio source that, oh, that's going to be funky. You know what? Not really. Why would that be hard? Because I have all kinds of splitters and things happening, audio splitters and things like that. This shouldn't be too bad. And then we'll get into some more analysis. I promise. We'll take a look at. I want to see what others is doing. I want to look at some relation to altcoin seasons and all that, because I did call a mini altcoin season, and the call was pretty accurate, guys. We had a good week, 2 weeks of good alt season, which was epic, but it seems kind of over. What do you think? It does. I think a lot of people right now are struggling with this, with the idea, once again, with this alt season mentality. Maybe I did the wrong thing. Hold on. I think I did the wrong thing. Music, no. I need to add a application source, and let's call this music for now. So that's the thing, digesting this idea of basically being an altcoin season. It's almost like it's taboo nowadays, guys. It's taboo. God forbid we talk about alt season or a moment of which alts outperform Bitcoin. That's unheard of nowadays. That's like blasphemy. That's craziness, right? Why do you even think about it? But we get these moments where you see altcoins doubling up, tripling up. And if you're in the right time at the right moment, you take your profit and run. You run for the hills. And this is where a lot of people don't get it. It's like you don't get it. It's that's where you have to, have a bit of an allocation, because then the FOMO kicks in, guys. It kicks in a bad way, right? Not in a good way. It kicks in because you wish that you had your allocation. In the meantime, you don't. Right? You don't have your allocation. You don't have your opportunity. You don't have your shots taken. That's why I like spot. Spot buying is amazing, because if you hold spot, you don't care really what happens. Obviously, too much downtrend in holding spot, it hurts. Eventually it does, especially if your spot bags are down 80%. It hurts. I'm not saying it doesn't. What I'm trying to say here is that ultimately, even before you consider buying spot bags, you already have this mentality that the liquidation is not there. There's no liquidation. There's no risk of liquidation, right? And then the only risk that you have is that the project evaporates, like literally collapses, and there's no more. Okay, there's no more, opportunity to reclaim and to, bounce back, all this, and so that's one of the issues with spot. But at least there's no liquidation, and if you're buying bottoms, like if you're buying into the zones where we are right now, the truth is that you've already endured a good dip. You already endured some pain. This is why I don't want to overstay my welcome as a bear. I have my shorts open. I do have 2 shorts open, but it's not like I'm overly bearish here. Being overly bearish now is kind of dangerous. It's a little bit dangerous, overly bearish, because you're kind of late to the party. We've been bearish for how long, guys? So, and I'm not saying you got to be bullish. I'm just saying stay neutral. Like if you look at the terminal, right? The terminal is actually saying neutral, and if in this morning we were seeing some bullishness out of some of these because of an open interest, and all of a sudden now we're seeing short Bitcoin because of the open interest. Right now we have open interest is high, okay, and the funding rate is high. So this is how it is. You got to make sure that that recipe with regards to where people are putting risk. What does that mean? You don't want to see people getting into aggressive shorts. Well, the only way you really see a gauge of aggression is with leverage. Okay. Bolster, B3, I'm trying to see where they are going. Is it gaming like it started, or is it AI and OS from base? Okay, we'll take a look at B3. If you could take a look at the website and see. Sure. Just let me get some audio going. I'm going to put some music in the background so it's not so quiet, especially if I'm going to be here for a bit. I feel like it's too quiet. And I can always lower it down or remove it, but I would like to get it going. Hold on. Let's see. We got some. Okay, got some of this. This is my old playlist that I used to use at BTD Crypto until I got custom music done by a producer, which was good. It was a good thing. Okay, let's add this. Play with media. Open with media player. Is that's probably okay. Okay. But I don't want. I want to start a new playlist. Okay, we'll leave it like that for now. Give me one more second, guys. What's the market doing? Okay, we're holding up. It's not like we're totally collapsing here. I'll take it. You know what I mean? We'll take it. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's add this. I'm gonna just quickly select all and create a quick little playlist. Okay, there you go. And then what I'm gonna do is put this, get this going if I can. Let's try this again. We don't want to make it too loud, but we want some action here, guys. We don't want any. Let's see if this works. Put it down a bit. All right. Can you guys hear this? Let me know if you can hear this. I don't want it to be too loud. A few little beats in the background. All right. I think this is a little bit. This is okay. Bolster, let me know, buddy. We're in the production phase right now here at Crypto Corner. We're trying to settle. We're trying to get comfortable. Music. Now we just need some tequila. It's too early for tequila. You know, it's 3 o'clock somewhere. What's the saying? 2 o'clock somewhere? Something like that. No tequila on the streams. I've been told no tequila on the streams, Mike. Please behave. This is a family-friendly environment. Sounds good. Tad loud. Okay, good. Thank you. Let me just fix this up as I'm trying to get myself organized here. All kinds of software, all kinds of this, all kinds of that. Ooh. How can I bring this down? This is always fun. There we go. Better? I think we're okay there. I don't know, Bolster. You let me know. Much better. Did I ruin it? I just want to make sure we're okay. Just want to make sure we're okay there. Okay, you let me know. Higher or lower, let it sit there, and you be my man, my audio guy for this afternoon, guys. We're almost at 12 p.m. Bitcoin's looking okay here. Look, if it breaks back in, what can I say? We're gonna break back in the range and bounce. Okay, let's take a look at Bolster's request here at B3. What is it? What do I think, guys? I know you guys know that I release deep dives every single week on Sundays, and that's the best way to get my full analysis on various projects. Right, that's where I go full on, and yeah, that's where I go full on. Let me just bring this down a little bit more. Sorry, guys. Much better down here. For me, I don't know. Okay. So what is this? B3 on base. Market cap, $42 million market cap. So it's a baby cap. It's small, not big. Total supply 100. Okay, so we don't have that much out there. So you can see that it's going to require a few to actually. So what are we? About 50% out there? About there. Circulating supply is about 46. Okay, and this is at 100. So about 50% out there. So there is a bit of a risk of dilution. Okay, risk of dilution right there. I'm thinking maybe even a little lower. Maybe a little lower. I don't know how to control this properly. I do know how to control it, but I don't want to control my... I want to control my voice separately from this thing. I don't want to play around with settings right now. We can just bring this down a little bit more. There you go. Much better. I agree with you, Bolster. You see, we think the same. We're good. So when you see something like this, you got to ask yourself, how many more people are going to be getting tokens? When? How? And at what rate? And that's what vesting schedules are for. So right now, that's my biggest concern, is vesting. How are these going to enter? We've been on a downtrend here for a good while, which is concerning, of course. Not interested in seeing that, right? I want to see the market hold up. We don't want downtrending price action. Okay, let's check out their website. Let's check out their white paper. See if I'm not going to get into a full white paper review. It's too much. But we'll take a look at what they got to offer here. Created by the former base team. Okay, so former employees. Backed by Coinbase, Hashed, Pantera Capital. That's a big one. VCs. It's a good. You gotta love the VCs to a degree, because you gotta understand that they fund it, right? They fund the project. They pay their bills. They give them salary. They buy them lunch, coffee. Maybe a few Lambos here and there. But at the end of the day, Pantera is looking for a return on their investment. That's the problem. No matter how much you think you like Pantera and that they're supporting B3, because they're not making a salary right now. B3 is not making a salary. The only way they get paid is if they get VC funding, or if we fund them, right? If it's a fair launch, we are paying their salary, right? And some people like fair launches, some people don't. And it's very important that you can distinguish the difference. What's the benefit and drawbacks of having both. That's why a balance. There was a moment about 2 years ago where everybody was, loving the fair launch. That was the hottest, that was the spiciest topic. Fair launch project. But then we quickly realized that there's no money. There's no marketing dollars. There's not even a campaign. There's no mods for the Discord. There's no the website needs an update. There's nobody there. So how do they actually pay for things? So on a side note, yeah, having Pantera up here is not bad. So architecting, like, what's with this language? Architecting the on-chain economy. Couldn't they come up with a better way of saying this? Architecting the on-chain economy. Like, English is my third language. But still, like, come on, architecting? Like, why couldn't you find another? I know it's probably a valid word. You're just like, bro, are you a programmer or what? The lead developer wrote that for sure. Architecting the on-chain economy through B3OS, labs and holdings. You know what that says? I'm going to tell you something, guys. You know what those 3 lines say? Nothing. Nothing. Their marketing department needs to wake up. You got 10 seconds, guys. You got 10 seconds to get my attention. You got 10 seconds to get our attention and to tell us exactly what you're here for. That tells me nothing at all. In fact, architecting tells me that somebody didn't think about language properly, like clarity. 10 seconds. That's all you got. Oof. And you decide to put your VCs up in front. What a choice. 3 engines, 1 loop. The unified system powered by and scaling B3. Again, language, guys. A unified system powered by and scaling with B3. It's powered by a system, and the system is scaling it. Well, you know what? You want me to tell you what that tells you? Nothing. Nothing at all. 10 seconds. You lost it. Time's up. 3 engines, 1 loop. Again, nothing. Loop? Who cares? Tell me something that I need to know that will get me bullish and quick. And I'm talking about my experience in this space. I've been in this space as an active dev, an active investor, and so on here since 2017, where I got introduced to crypto in 2016. And since then, the rest is history. And I'm telling you, when I see a website built like this, It bothers me, guys. I'm sorry to say, it bothers me. We build and incubate products leveraging. Okay, fine. So you're an incubator. What kind of projects? Gaming? What is it? Our operating system to build application services, smart contracts, and on-chain automation, no code. That's interesting, but whatever is interesting so far is launching soon. So that's oh, this song, this beat right here is nostalgic. That's how I used to start my streams at BTD Crypto. This song right here. If you guys recall, do you guys recall? I don't know whoever's listening to me right now. I know there's not a big audience, but whoever's listening to me right now, do you guys remember this or not? I know I do. I used to listen to this every time I used to start up the stream. This was the intro. Guys, just a reminder, okay, guys, we have a bit of a a goal. Okay, let me just show you what our goal is, just to remind you. We want to get 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So if you can just come in there and give us a sub, give us a like, give us a bit of attention, that would be greatly appreciated. Just want to let you know that it's free. Okay, you could do that for free. And I'm scared. I want to show you the promo. I'm scared of touching buttons right now. Okay, let's do it. Right, yes, boom, touching buttons. This right here, right? You can see that ultimately we are looking for the 1K, but I'm going to give away premium access to members that help out. So I'm going to be looking at the individuals that do sign up and give me that, that help, that give us that boost. And I'm going to be giving away 1 month premium memberships to 10 individuals. How's that? And I'll keep this promotion going until we reach the 1K. If it takes us a month, a year, a week, you never know. Maybe a day. I doubt it. But you never know. I'll be giving away some premium access to the Discord, guys. We've been killing it over there. It's been great. To be honest, the premium's been rough because it's not like we're getting that much action in the market in general. But it's been good because at least we are trying to stay one step ahead and still being able to, navigate the space without getting wrecked, because I know a lot of people are getting wrecked right now. So let me go back to full screen real quick, guys. Again, help us out, reach the goal, 1K subs, and we're going to get some crew members. Let's see which crew member joins us in the next little while. See if anybody's interested in joining us. How trades might be coming in hot very soon. Let's see. I know people, this is daytime television for a lot of people, so it's really rough for them to be logging in. But I appreciate you guys being here. All right, let's see if I can get back to full screen without running the actual intro. Ooh, look at that. That was pretty smooth. We did it. Okay, full screen it is. Let's keep on going. Near protocol's surging right now. Yesterday I mentioned, guys, Near protocol surging, but we have to understand that Near protocol also surged when we began that beginning of the alt season. I'm just going to quickly look at what Bitcoin's doing. Okay, we're still holding nicely. Let's hope that we can do. Near protocol's been killing it. Just throwing that out there. So this is ready to launch soon. When? How soon? Like, please, can you give me an indication of when? Do they have a roadmap? It would be nice. And I don't know what this project is yet. For some reason, I think Bolster said something to do with gaming. B3, I'm trying to see where they are going. Is it gaming? Like it start? Oh, I get it now. You know how many projects pivoted out of gaming? And I like them still, right? We're talking about. Let me see if I remember their name right now. They're gonna shoot me because we're pretty good. The devs and I are pretty good. I just forget their Beam. There you go. They were full on gaming, and they were trying to make an L1 that focused on gaming, on the gaming ecosystem, on the gaming narrative. And then I guess gaming, took a wrong turn, and they kind of pivoted to be a generic L1. And I think that's what Bolster's thinking, that maybe that's the case, that they kind of pivoted. And you can't blame them though, guys. You can't blame them. An L1 could do anything. It doesn't have to be specialized for a narrative. But then again, why not specialize so that you can have an ecosystem that caters to that particular scenario? For example, do you need speed? Do you need micropayment? Do you need privacy? Do you need this or that? Do you need NFT? Do you need, what do you need, right? And if you need it for a particular genre or narrative, then you should specialize in those needs. So I guess what, so that's the problem. You see Coinbase promoting what? Gaming? Coinbase is promoting gaming. That's a problem because Coinbase has no value in the gaming narrative. Zero. If they provided anything, they provided liquidity or the ability to, host B3 under Coinbase, under their umbrella brand right there. Maybe an incubator program like Binance does, maybe something like that. But other than that, they don't have any value, right? They don't bring in anything unless it's, again, it's Coinbase, guys. We have to understand what they represent. They don't have no interest in gaming or anything. So strategic investments in cash flowing business that complement, what is it? What is this cash flowing business? And do token holders get a piece of that cash flow? I doubt it, guys. I doubt it. This is so funny. This is interesting. I'm clicking and nothing's working. Okay, that's a problem. Getting emails from someone that wants to collab with me. Let's see. Hey, Mike. We'd love to chat and build a strong collab together. Okay, yeah, maybe. We'll see. All right. You know how many of those I get a day? Guys, I'm pushing buttons and nothing's working. Is it only me? Is it me, guys? I'm clicking. I want to learn more, and you're not educating me. Okay, let's keep on going. Let's not bash them too hard. Revenue flows back into the B3 token. This is their flywheel. Let's see if we can make sense of this. We have a B3 token, and what's interesting is that the direction of this graphic, everything's coming to it. Okay, from where? Where's the starting point of this flywheel? So usually I would assume that if you're doing some sort of graph or chart or flow chart, you start from the top, you end at the bottom. So I don't know, where do we start? Okay, so let's start at the token, I guess, and we go this way. B3OS, a credit-based platform that generates revenue from enterprise builders and crypto traders. Credit-based platform. Was it lending and borrowing? Okay, a little bit of DeFi, maybe. Is it clickable? No. Then from here we go. Labs uses B3OS as a platform to create novel revenue-generating experiences. Don't we all want to create that? I think that everybody wants that. Something new, something that creates revenue. Right? Okay, great. What are you telling me? I'm telling you what they're telling me with this. Nothing. Then we go down to labs. We do a bit of a UI. Revenue generating products where proceeds drive value occurring. What? Investments help. Okay, let's stay here. And then we go feedback, improve, scope, and new templates. Okay, so maybe their intent is not to give us exact details of what this is. So it looks like they have two flywheels. One that is under two that are on the umbrella of this main one. Okay, so they got this side that seems like it's a credit-based system. I don't know, revenue generating, and then you get the feedback loop and you keep on generating revenue from this. I don't know. Investments to help expand our line of products and inspire new ideas. Okay, then you go from here and then what, to labs. This is labs revenue generating products where products drive value. Okay, we invest in in verticals. We're bullish about, might not have expertise to build in-house. So it looks like what they're doing here is incubating. They're providing capital support to build an ecosystem, and holding strategic investments in high growth companies and cash flow business that generate consistent revenues. Whew. Guys, I have no idea. I'm more confused than when I started. Okay, what's the difference? This is a credit based, so it seems like lending and borrowing, and this is where they invest. So this is where we can choose maybe to invest. As a lending and borrowing, we can lend
and then people that want to deploy projects can borrow, and we earn passive income based on that transaction or in that relationship. And this is where I think B3 has some capital to deploy into the project. I don't know, guys. Wow. Okay. We are architects that ship. Remember the intro screen or the intro comment? Architecting. We are architects that ship. Ship what? Basement, hyperdual, upset parallel, sanctuary. I have no idea what these are. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Their origins. B3 was founded by former Coinbase leaders who worked directly with enterprise and SMB partners to move legacy. B3 is built by a small and tenured team, drawing from best of both Web 2 and on-chain systems and engineering. Co-founder. Okay. Nothing to say here. I don't know what exactly their experience is, but it is what it is. Backed by Coinbase, Pantera. I don't know. Okay. I am lost, and I understand why Bolster is saying where are they going, because I don't see a direction at all. What a poorly built website. This is very nice, clean, engaging, but the communication is absolute trash. Absolute trash. No, I don't know what it is. I spent time. I read everything. I still don't know what it is. And I don't want to get into too much detail here, but architecting is what I want to know, what they've been architecting. It's just going to be just repetition. 3 engines, 1 loop. The B3OS, the on-chain workflow engine for app services, wallets. This is the product studio behind. Okay, so this is how this seems like a launch pad that helps both sides. What is this? Strategic investment. So this is where they hold some tokens and invest in different projects. I don't know, guys. Wouldn't it be nice to have like a generic a paragraph or say like, this is where we are, this is what we're out about. Let's see, maybe this B3OS. I don't know. Now we're talking about engine for agentic AI as well on top of it. What is B3OS? B3OS is a workflow operating system for crypto native teams. It connects triggers, built-in logic, on-chain and off-chain actions, organization, own wallets, encrypted connectors, webhooks. So it's a deployer of applications for teams, for crypto teams. I don't know, guys. Maybe. I don't know, guys. If I don't understand a project, I don't understand a product, or why would I buy it? Because of the hype? Because Coinbase is backing it? So Bolster is saying, same, it had me lost. It has me lost. I was checking on my holdings and figured to give it a look. Yeah, look. I feel you, man. I feel you. It's very tough because you're in a scenario where you're basically looking at this product and you're asking yourself, what is it? You have an allocation, you have a bag, but you don't even know what it is. And I don't think they are even worried about clearing that up right now, because look at their website. It's just, there's nothing there. Many statements with no clarity. So guess what? I won't buy this. Now, Bolster, I don't know when you bought it or if your convictions are still there. Just be very careful, okay? Because projects like that, when there's uncertainty, projects like that suffer big time. And it doesn't matter if there's VCs in Coinbase. They take profit, guys. They're there to make profit. They're not there to change the world on some random project with no identity. They're there to make profit, even if it's short-term gains. And that's the reality. Okay, so as Bitcoin does this is a great time to invest in yourself. And knowing that Bolster is currently struggling with understanding what B3 is, it tells us the average individual, okay, should be also struggling. And then the fact that I am also struggling knowing what it is and defining it within a few minutes tells me that they're not communicating properly. And either they need a whole new marketing team because they're not doing their job clearly, or literally they're just keeping it vague because they themselves don't know what they're doing or where they want to go. And rightfully so, gaming took a beating. I have a feeling gaming is going to take a turn and people are going to eat their words with regards to gaming. Meaning gaming could be the most lucrative narrative in this space. Hear me out. Like, I know right now gaming projects took beatings, guys. Trust me, I know. I've been here, done that. I traded the gaming season. I got great entries, early entries on great projects that did very, very well. And then when it came down, people got sour about it and salty about it. I get it. Fine. But let's just be real about what gaming provides to this industry, specifically to this industry. It provides a sandbox that has a sense of reality. I'm not talking about a metaverse, because obviously metaverse has, in terms of metaverse, there's gamification there as well. But let's just keep it normal, because we can say, is GTA 6 going to be is it a metaverse game? Okay. Is Roblox a metaverse game? Is Minecraft a metaverse game? Right? We can go on and go on and go on. Open world games, are they metaverse games? Well, technically, yeah. To a degree, they have characteristics of metaverse. But let's not go there, because again, metaverse lately has been a topic that people taboo lately, and gaming in general taboo. But if you step back and just really think about what gaming is, it's an environment, guys. Okay? And more than ever has the average individual, let's talk about demographics, obviously very male orientated, very youth orientated, even though gamers nowadays, it's not exclusive to kids, right? You got 30, 40, 50-year-olds gaming still professionally going at it. So it's not even exclusive. But if we're going to think about the target market of an average gamer, the reality is, guys, there's now people with money. It's not 8-year-olds. There's people with money that are investing in consoles that are worth thousands of dollars. Okay. Subscriptions that are worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars, buying in-game purchases, in-game apps, in-game assets that are worth hundreds and hundreds. Trust me, I know, because I have a brother that spent a decent amount in FIFA packs, and I know exactly what he spends, and it's hundreds and thousands of dollars on FIFA packs. Okay. And what happens is that you don't stop to think that is definitely an economy. It's an economic mechanism that is, tailored for the house to always win. And you don't realize there's elements of gambling, of course, right? You're buying packs, you're gambling to a degree, which is normal, right? You kind of gamble when you open up a pack of Pokemon cards as well, or whatever. It's kind of a risk you take that you might get something good or might not get something at all, right? That's not good. So, but you can kind of see how gaming in general does kind of resemble the reality of life, right? Like, if you think about it, it's a metaverse play. It's an environment where we want to attain objects, okay, assets that may not be readily available or attainable. So we aspire to achieve, we aspire to obtain, and it becomes like a property of which we have in regular life. We want the latest and the greatest phones and vehicles and houses and trips and shoes and watches and you name it. We aspire to have these things. Now, why couldn't we see that same euphoric inducing mechanism in gaming? Why not? And there's no doubt in my mind, guys. There's no doubt in my mind that one day gaming is going to be that way. Because why not? Now it would just require like big studios to come to terms that they need to play the economy in an open way, not the economy in a rigged way. Like, for example, EA Sports with the FIFA packs. They win no matter what. History has shown that all the assets that certain individuals buy over time basically become obsolete. They're assets that are dead after. They're lost. All that money that is spent in opening packs and buying packs, and even the game itself, never mind, eventually becomes obsolete. So what happens is you lose all of those assets. So that is almost priced in, right? You start to realize, hey, but there's an end game to all this investment. As soon as these studios start to realize, but hold on, I'm not in the business of selling game assets. I'm in the business of providing an economy where I profit small portions, transaction fees on this economy. And that there you start to say, okay, hold on. This resembles tokenization. This represents crypto. This represents, something that we're very familiar with, guys. Even the beginning of time of gaming, every game has always had some sort of point system, some sort of coin system, collecting coins, collecting this, collecting that, since the beginning of time of gaming. And then all of a sudden now you have in-game assets. Again, something else. The beginning of time. You want this weapon, this sword. You want this thing, this, that. You want to accumulate these assets. And you're willing to nag your parents until their ears bleed because you want those assets. Guys, as soon as these gaming studios start to realize that's the way, and making their games, basically non-obsolete, they basically last forever, is where you realize that crypto is a great software solution to this ecosystem problem, right? It's like Fortnite. What a brilliant, thing that they created, right? They're not the first really to do it, but the ones that went mainstream. It's free game, pretty much, subscription services. Now all of a sudden what they need to do is start to realize that people want to sell their skins. Make a marketplace out. I don't even know if that exists already, guys. Let me know who's a Fortnite player. I'm not a Fortnite. I don't play video games much, but that's the reality. I think gaming might come back. I don't know what I bought last year or so. Yeah. Look, that's a thing. We have to realize that gaming could be a major player in this space. And to be honest, I don't even hold a lot of gaming tokens. Name the last time I spoke about gaming on this channel, or even on BTD Crypto. Never, guys, never. I rarely. The last time I talked about gaming or gave it any attention was when I did my pet hooligans, the carrot token, when I did a deep dive on that one. Then after that, what is it, game time, or I forget even what it's called right now. But I barely do. But you cannot deny the facts. You cannot deny the facts, and the facts are as also Sony has a token apparently, and they've registered a token or something like that, and then this and that. Guys, I really do feel like eventually it's gonna explode, and a lot of people are gonna like, dang, why didn't I just look at the writings on the wall? The question is, when do you buy and what do you buy? I think that's the biggest thing. And then another thing, I'm not a gamer, so maybe some of you listening might have more input here. Will GTA, like GTA 6, actually have an impact? Like, would it actually bring some value to this idea that gaming does have a future here? Because if you think about it, it's going to probably be the most popular, metaverse open world game in the last 10 years, easily. Okay, I think that thing's gonna smash all kinds of records. And there has been speculation that it's gonna have its own currency, its own crypto. I don't know if that's true, guys. Let me know in the chat. Am I right or wrong by saying that? But it could be the fact that could be a pivotal moment for this space if that does happen. To actually realize that NFTs are not just little JPEGs, of gorillas or monkeys and apes and this and that. It has nothing to do with that. That was just proof of concept. NFTs in their true essence are a contract like no other that say instead of attributing the value to this contract to currencies or tokens, let's make it basically attributed to a non-fungible token or an asset that is not a currency, like maybe an image or maybe access to something, or maybe an image that has metadata associated to it, like an asset for a game, for example, a weapon, right? Like a weapon that has this power or this speed or this color or this size or this weight or this characteristic. An NFT could hold all that information. And if we could trade these contracts, we're also trading that information, that metadata that is associated to that NFT, right? And I know this because I created my own NFT and I made a game ready. And it was crazy because I'm a dev, you guys know that. And in those days, I was already inactive in development for a few years, for many years, in fact. And I'm like, okay, I feel rusty. I know these young cats right now are programming like crazy. I want in. I want to see what I could do. And so I got back in and I started saying, you know what, I'm going to do an NFT. That was the flavor of the month. And I'm saying, I want to program an NFT. But I just didn't program any NFT. I actually programmed, the website right now is, I'm still, for the NFT, I would show it to you right now, just to show it to you. But I'm working on it right now, I'm updating it. But it's not the point. And I keep it alive because it's a work of art. And I think it is, okay? Maybe next time I do this, maybe tomorrow, hopefully I can show it to you guys. But it's quite interesting because I was able to forward think exactly what I wanted this NFT collection to be, because I understood what NFTs were. Most people still at that moment thought of them as little images, and they're not images, guys. What you're really buying with an NFT is the metadata. That's what you're buying, is the information that is inscribed onto the blockchain, right? That's really what you're buying. And that information that is inscribed can link to many different things. So I'm hoping that gaming could finally say, hey, psych, for those of you that, thought NFTs were this and that, well, now what? Right? You can bring these NFTs into game and actually say, you hold this NFT. Well, that NFT is a sword, or I don't know, a hat or a pair of shoes, whatever it is, and that it gives you these qualities and these features, right? That's where things go pretty nice. I want to play Forza, but I'm not paying the price to. Well, that's the thing too. Gaming has gotten a bit expensive because it's not just the initial price; it's also all the little add-ons and all the extra, bells and whistles. The packs, the DLCs, I don't know, the seasons, all that other extra stuff. That's where things get a little bit hectic, guys. But then again, it's a hobby, right? It depends on what you do. If you're into sports or you're into, let's say, this or that. Some people are just into gaming, and it's okay. I have a friend of mine that's really into gaming. It's not my brother. My brother's into gaming, yeah, but this guy that I'm referring to right now, he's full on, to the point that I feel like if gaming does pick up, I'm gonna introduce you to this guy. I want to see if you can get him on. It's a good friend of mine for many years, and he's a good gamer. He loves it. It's his jam. And he's not a young kid, but still he's good at it and he likes it. And if gaming picks up again, I told him right away, I'm like, you have a spot. Yeah, I want you on here showing us, the latest and greatest in gaming, because he has the skill level and he's committed. But the reality is that that's his hobby, right? That's his source of entertainment. It's his hobby. It's his thing. That's what he likes. So there's nothing to frown upon, but what people like him are realizing, the adults of the gaming community are realizing, hold on, if I'm investing thousands of dollars into a particular game, I want those thousands of dollars to either at least hold their value or allow me to earn off that investment. Hey, that's the opportunity. If I'm going to upgrade a certain asset within the game, we're talking about gaming here today, guys. I appreciate it. If I'm offering you any value with this conversation, hit the like and do me a favor. Allow me to hit my goals, okay? My goals and support. Let me just show you again. Let's get you on this screen. I might as well stay here because I don't know who's going to be showing up. I think Tao's going to be showing up very soon in about 30 minutes or so. But my goal is to reach 1K. We got none so far. Okay, we got none since I've been streaming, and it's okay. No pressure, guys. No pressure. But it would be nice to get a few more subs happening in the next little while. So if you can join, and we have 160 subs, I want to reach 1K if I can. And I'm going to be, when I reach 1K, I'll be giving 1 month premium access to 10 people. I'm going to be going through and looking at all the subs that subbed from this moment onwards until we reach there, and I'm going to go randomly and just choose a couple and give you guys access. And maybe, you never know, maybe some few other little perks. But yeah, giveaways there, and if you can support that, that would be great. But as I was saying, yeah, we might see this gaming narrative absolutely wake up. And now the adults in the room are speaking. It's no longer the kids in the room playing Super Mario. Okay? Now it's the adults in the room that actually have cash flow. They work for their money. They have careers. Like my friend that I'm talking about, the dude has he has cash flow. He has his career. He's a mature individual. He has a wallet. Let's put it that way. He's got a wallet, and he has a budget that he's willing to spend. But at the end of the day, if I told him, what about if you, with your skills and your commitment, if you play, you can actually earn, or you can actually compete, or if you upgrade your asset, like your sword or your whatever, or upgrading your weapon to be something amazing, right? And then you're asking yourself, can I sell it on the open market? Right? Can I actually sell this asset in the open market? For me, that would be absolutely epic. I think I got cut off on one of these streaming platforms, guys. I hate that. Just leave me alone. Let me yap. I don't want to look at pop-ups and all that. These guys just, like, come on. It's a thing. Live center, this and that. I just want to stream. Like, you're making my life difficult with these sliders. Let's go back. Let's go live one more time. I got to pay attention, because it's the thing. I'm not paying attention. But I want to pay attention to screens and other things, not just sliders, to make sure I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm ready to cook. Come on, TikTok. Stop playing games. Stop playing games. We're back on. I apologize, guys. We're back on. For those of you watching me on TikTok, we're back on. Okay. So, hopefully I'm back on. I think I'm back on. All right, guys. All right, let's get going. We got some new people here. Prolox, how's it going, buddy? Steven, I got cut off, guys. I'm back. We're talking about gaming. We're talking about what is the possibility that we get gaming back into our life here in this space. We're waiting on Tao. He should be here. Yeah, Bolster. I don't know. I got a lot. I don't know. I didn't see any reason to get kicked off, but they're complicated. Bolster. I appreciate you, buddy. But I'm back on. So the whole concept here is a lot of people got spanked for in the gaming narrative, and could we actually get back? And we started this conversation talking about projects that started off as gaming projects, but then slowly pivoted, and maybe not to something else completely different, but just pivoted in such a way where they scaled back and said, hey, we're an L1, but we're not an L1 for gaming, we're just a regular L1. Getting into the pile of L1s, of the copy-paste L1s. That's the problem. So we started this conversation at B3. By the way, guys, Bitcoin right now is at inflection. Okay, just throwing this out there while we're looking at it. This is the point of which to go short or prepare for a reclaim of the range and go long. That's called inflection. Okay, so we're going to be paying attention here as I yap. And if there's any other topics you want me to yap about, let me know, guys. My name is Mike, by the way, just to remind you. I've been here since 2016, actively in the community as a dev, as a trader since 2017. I got introduced to crypto as a young university student, and it changed my life. I'm here to just share my experiences with you guys. I'm new to the streaming space, pretty much. I'm not that. I've been around for a little bit, but the Crypto Corner is our new channel that I've created with the crew. Tao Trades. He's going to be on in about 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah, I have to check in once in an hour, but I'm yapping, Bolster. I don't want to keep on looking at that slider. It's so annoying. I wish they made an audio sound or some sort of beep or something. Wake up, so I can slide that thing over. Because if I don't slide it, I get kicked off the TikTok. Whatever. We'll just reconnect. We'll keep on spamming it. But anyways, I've been around for a bit. And, I see a lot of people worried about gaming and worried that it has the opportunity. But the reality is, guys, if you think about it, like I mentioned, gaming has one of the best value propositions in this space. And I hate to say it because I know a lot of people got wrecked. A lot of people are not very happy about gaming and what it's achieved, let's say, which is not much. But that's the thing. I think it's probably the best value prop, the best utility of crypto right now. A lot of people say DeFi. I agree. DeFi is amazing. Change the world. Okay? But crypto can change gaming. And that's all we need. What kind of industry? What's the gaming industry worth? Guys, let me know in the chat. I don't know. I heard that it's worth like billions of dollars. I don't know how many billions. But I'm sure gaming is right, like up there, right? They got a esport. They got sports. You can join championships. You can have... Guys, my guidance counselor never told me that I can be a pro gamer. Nowadays, you can be a pro gamer. You can get sponsored. I know it's rare to get to that level. But still, like that's a big move. That's a huge move to start to see things like that happen in the industry. And why couldn't crypto eventually host the economy behind these games? Because every single game has an economy. Every single game has an economy. And it's kind of weird for me to say, maybe it's crypto. Maybe it is. I would say, why not? It's the easiest integration. Right? Fiat is not the easiest integration. PayPal, all this. No, crypto, because at least crypto you could earn off of it. So I'm waiting for gaming. And I don't even know. Like if you asked me today which project to be buying, the last time I bought was Gala Games, and that was maybe a month ago. I'm like, what? I'm going to take a punt. I'm buying some Gala on spot. Why? Because it's the OG. That's the only reason. That was my own. That was just my reasoning. No other reasoning. It's the first one. One of the first major ones that ran. Okay, that's about it. You can get into, some other ones that did well as well, like My Pet Hooligans, the Carrot token. That was an interesting one. A good game. The devs are there cranking out updates and this and that, right? And there was, I think it was called Game Time or something like that. That was another one that was talked about. That was also on Coinbase. Maybe that's a one. What about the real OG of gamings, the COVID gamers? What's it called? I forget what it's called right now, guys. I always forget the name of that game. I forget the name. Let's see if you guys remind me. The most popular one that everybody was playing during COVID. Okay. Let's see. We got somebody. Let me let Pao know that we're live and we're for him to join when he's ready. Let's see. No crew members showed up so far, so we're going to be waiting. Let me just let everybody know. Let me just quickly copy this. Just give me a second, guys. I apologize. But we got to keep on, speculating on possibility. Okay? The possibility is that, yes, we do see gaming get into the space. Tao, how's it going, buddy? No worries, buddy. Take your time. Take your time. You see he's in the chat right now. He's going to join us very soon. I'm just going to send out some links to the crew. They're interested in joining us. Here, we're going to be going over a member's portfolio in a bit. He gave us his whole list of which projects he's bullish on, or she. We don't know who it is. It's anonymous. And we're just going to yap. We're going to yap and talk about the different opportunities that this individual got in, you know, if it is an opportunity or not. So let's see. Just going to quickly get into the control room here, and I am going to send one more link. Just give me a second to the crew. So we got a whole crew here at Crypto Corner. Whole crew. I know a lot of them are busy right now. Not all of them are full-time crypto. I think I'm the only one. Let's see. One more. I'm almost done. Let's get that going right here. Bang. Okay. So let's see what else we got to yap about. Okay, so Bitcoin getting rejected at inflection. Do we go short? Do we go long? This is the most important time, and basically in a chart, is whether we go long or short. You know, and at inflection. So I understand if you're going short. I understand if you're going long. We got a nice momentum shift on the 5-minute. Let's see what the 15-minute. I showed, you know, this morning. I gave a full-on analysis to the premium on my expectations here. You can get a hold of the recording of that show tonight. I'm going to be live at 8 p.m. EST at the BTD Crypto channel, okay? After I'm done live, what I do is I release the morning show so you can see exactly what we talked about. And then you can decide whether you think the community's, you know, worth your time. If you feel like you should join, if you feel like you think it's a good place to be. It's not expensive, guys. I know there's a lot of other groups out there charging hundreds and hundreds of dollars just to be part of it. I'm just going to let you know. I'm going to give you a quick intro here. It's $50 a month or $500 a year. Okay, but the best part is we have an entire ecosystem, an entire bundle of all kinds of different things. What does that include? Okay, so the bundle includes the Academy, the Crypto Capital Academy, 65 videos recorded from myself with slides, printout material, and access to a special Academy channel on the Discord. Okay, so feel free to go check that out. But this bundle includes that, which is full on years of my research, years of my experience put into a course. I know courses nowadays are frowned upon, but there's no other way for me to formally deliver educational material. So that's that. Informal education is the premium, right? You can join the premium and get access to me, Tao Trades, the Green Hornet, Stan, and we got Levi, the new member, coming in hot with his time-based strategies. Guys, go check him out. Again, that's access to that in the premium. And then we got the terminal, which I showed you, which is a place where you can get all kinds of different widgets that help you navigate this space with one click. One click of a button. You join, you go and check out this website. You can get everything. You know what the best part is? I got lots of widgets. I'm only showing you the ones that I chose. But if you go into like the widget drawer right here, you click that, you get a bunch of widgets that you can click and add and remove, and you can move these around so that you can change the positioning of your widgets. Let's say you want the widget up here and all the way at the top, you can put that one up there. You can do whatever you want and make this like a little, let's say a trading desk, a platform for yourself to log in the morning, and you get all the alpha you need, one-stop shop right here. Okay, so perfect stuff. You get the heat maps, you get the expanded heat map, you get everything right here so that you can track the market quickly instead of bouncing around to different sites back and forth. If there are any widgets that you think I should add, feel free to let me know. Join the Discord and you can let me know there. What else do I got for you? Synergy Signal, guys. The indicator of choice here at the Crypto Corner and BTD Crypto. This thing right here, guys, navigating the market, absolutely beast mode. I'm loving it because, again, you can track markets based on momentum shifts and divergences, expansions, order flow, volatility, and momentum all in one oscillator, and it's fully customizable. I don't know any indicator that offers that. And if you click here, you can see the features, the customization that is possible here. You can define your chop zone, the volatility, whether it's overbought or oversold. You can enable longs and shorts. You can regime changes, divergences and confluences, how much pillars of confidence you want, whether it be 1, 2, or 3. There's documentation for this thing so you can learn on how to use it. There's a bunch of, this is years and years of my research and my backtesting and my strategy put into an indicator. If you're interested in the bundle, guys, links are in the description. Right now, we got Bitcoin back in the range. Guys, what can I say? Today was a tough day. wasn't an easy trading day. We waited until market open 9:30 a.m. and guess what we got? Nothing burgers. Look at this, guys. There was a sale, wholesale sale on nothing burgers today. Jeez, chop zone. Dang. Okay. So that's that. A little bit of action there. Let me get some water. In the meantime, what else are we yapping about today? We got a couple people here in the chat. Let's see who else we got. Let me just quickly shift this all over. Should we restart the live? No, we just jump on. Just jump on. Jump on, Tao, and I'll just share your screen. Let's see what else we got here. Alrighty. Sorry, guys. Just trying to set up here. Okay, let's see how he jumps on. It's been a while since I get active here. I'm inviting guests and stuff. Usually Tao's the resident professional and doing that type of stuff. I'm usually a solo man. Okay, so Bitcoin back in the range. Now, what do? We wait for acceptance here, guys. A little bit of a candle close, a bit of a back test, a bit of volume, and then what? Push to range highs. Range highs is your first target, which is this level right here. I know you can't see it because it's hiding behind the imbalance box that I put in, right? So range highs is your target. That's your first target right now for a long. And the fact is we did get a higher low. What else can I say? A higher low. Now range highs is your target. And if we break out, guys, reversal it is after a diamond pattern indecision. It is what it is. Zest had on a little pump. What's Zest? Zesty. A little pump on the token launch today. I don't know what that is. Be careful with those token pumps on launch. Lots of action there, but lots of manipulation. Lots of craziness. Something that I'm not happy about. I don't like craziness. I like, something to get in with a bit of confidence. Zest protocol with stacks. Huh. What is that? What do you mean Zest with stacks? Let's do a quick one. Let's see what we got here. Come on. You could do this. There you go. Zest with stacks. Zest protocol. Okay, not to say that I'm promoting this right now. Please, guys, be careful with these pumps. $17 million market cap. It's a baby cap. Binance Pro, it's Stacks L2. Okay, so it's built on Stacks. It's part of its ecosystem, I'm assuming. Let's see what the website. This is interesting because Stacks leverages Bitcoin's liquidity. The lending protocol built for Bitcoin. Okay. Now competition is on, guys. I don't know if you tuned into my AMA. I was invited to an AMA for Shido, and yeah, I got into a great conversation with one of the core team members there, and one of my questions to them was what is the probability that Shido's $5 million market cap takes on Bitcoin's liquidity? And because we're seeing like projects like Hemi do it, Ifsui, and now this with Stacks has always been one of the first movers into this narrative that actually stuck. There was others in the past, but they died and fizzled away. Now all of a sudden you're seeing lending protocol built for Bitcoin. Now what we have to make sure, which I don't know, okay, what I don't know, is it a native Bitcoin thing? Like this is native Bitcoin that we're talking about. This for me is important because if it is, bullish. If it isn't, no bueno. What do we got here? Sir, we got Tao in the house. Buddy, I don't think you signed up. You joined properly. You gotta exit and you gotta not I don't think you joined properly. You're showing your screen instead of your avatar. So you gotta log out, get back in and Do it again. Something's up. There you go. Okay, they gave me like 3 free tokens. Okay, now you're cooking. 3 tokens for Zest. Now you're zesty here with Zest. The lending protocol for Bitcoin. So what this suggests is this, is that people are starting to realize, okay, that we want Bitcoin to have some utility. There you go. I knew you could do it. Okay, we want Bitcoin to have some utility. Okay, which means that being landlocked, Bitcoin being stuck on its own blockchain is great. Of course, it has its utility. We're going to talk MEXC, you know. We're going to have a MEXC discussion for a second here. Has its great utility. It's going to be this, it's going to be that. But ultimately, guys, without being able to do anything with your Bitcoin means that it has one utility, which is the store of value or blah, 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 all right? Let me just make sure I can hear this dude. So that's the thing. We want Bitcoin to have utility. We want to be able to lend and basically borrow and earn passive income off our Bitcoin. Maybe make some payments with our Bitcoin. Do this with our that with our Bitcoin, and that's why L1s have the possibility.
Can you hear me, man?
Yeah.
I don't think you can hear me.
Yes. What's up, bud? I can hear you. I can hear you. How's it going? I know you left. Struggle is real. Are you back? Now you're back. Bruh. I can hear you. Start yapping. It's doing something
I'm
now.
back.
You're back. I can hear you. How's it going, bud? We're just going to make sure the audience can hear you. Let's see. But if you're not talking, speak up. Let's see if they can hear you. Okay, I'm going to take you off the live. Okay. And let's see. All right, you're off the live. Let's see what he's got to say. Okay, so alrighty. Let's see what he's got to say. So the lending and borrowing, this is great.
Okay, can you just hear me now?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me right now? That's weird. Strange. Should be able to hear me. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I apologize. We're going to get this guy on here. And this is good. This is good for experience for myself as well, so I can get used to this. There you go. Maybe this now will work. Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you. Oh, it sounds horrible.
Yeah. All good.
Oh, it's good now.
You good?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, now let me share my screen with you.
Is my audio good?
It sounds kind of funky. Okay.
Is it good now?
It sounds... Speak normally?
Hey, what's up? Can you guys hear me?
Alright, I'm going to share my screen.
Bro, that's just how it is.
Alright, so then you're good.
Yeah. It's just I ate cold stuff. So.
Okay. Alright, I just shared my screen. Can you see my
I
screen
can
now?
see everything. Yes, sir.
Okay, let's get cooking. All right, Tao Trades is in the house. Let's see our guest here. Okay, we got some action. We were talking about Zest. I don't know if you heard about this, Tao.
I can see it all. We're good. We're good to go. Can we get started?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Welcome, guys. If you don't know who Tao is, he's the dude that I've been yapping about. He goes live every single day here at the Crypto Corner, doing live streams and so on. This is his time slot. So I'm going to let him take over the show right now. But before we transition into that, look what I found. There's this project that just got launched today on Stacks, and Bolster brought it to my attention. It's called Zest. It's for the zesty individuals in this space.
Like yourself.
So I thought, you were on the stream, so I felt like, maybe this would be a good time to ask you what you think, since, zestiness.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Too much coffee.
I'm out.
Okay, so look at this lending protocol built for Bitcoin. So I don't know. Like this is a narrative that's been picking up. You've been talking about the Sui thing. What's the Sui project that's doing Bitcoin?
So there's something called Hashi, and it's built on top of Sui, and it uses the MEXC protocol, basically a way of having Sui validators having a share within the private key, to keep it simple.
Mm-hmm.
And the good thing is what they do is those Sui validators, they have a copy of the Bitcoin blockchain as well. Now, when they have that copy, what happens is when you want to bring your money over to Sui, you say, "Hey, Hashi." They're like, "Oh, what's how? What do you want?" "I want to bring my money onto the chain." And when that happens, they're like, "Okay, send it to this address." They're like, "Sure." So you go ahead and you send that money to that address. Once you send it to that address, what happens next? They're like, "Now we're going to give you HBTC, which is hash BTC on Sui."
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's the good thing about this, guys? You guys can use it in lending and borrowing. You guys can use it in the Sui decentralized applications. Everything that you can do on Sui, they will slowly integrate that Hashi Bitcoin as well.
So it's a wrap Bitcoin.
So yes, but the issue is, okay, we have to say this as well. The issue is the word wrapped has very, very bad reputation.
It does.
From a decentralization standpoint, and that's because of we have all these centralized wrapped bitcoins and the hacks that have happened and the stealing and everything that have happened with these bridges and all that. So I don't like that word. What it really is a custodial solution to decentralize the application of Bitcoin within a software solution or layer one, such as Sui. You can apply it to Ethereum, Sui, anything, right? It just really depends how their blockchains are made from the ground up. I'm pretty sure Sui is a lot more it's better in that way, and you're able to create these sort of decentralized applications, which you might not be able to do so on other blockchains.
Okay.
Oh, what's up, guys? We got Wasteland here, Daniel here. Who else? Who else is here?
Yeah, we got Wasteland, Daniel. Yeah, we got a couple. And we got Bolster. He's on TikTok right now. And
hell yeah.
So we got a couple people here. We got a couple G's. We're just hanging out. I'm gonna do this for the rest of the week. And we're going to try to hit a goal of 1K, and we're going to keep on doing that. We're going to keep on coming out here. As soon as I reach that 1K, I'm going to be giving away one monthly access, or 10 monthly passes to people that helped us get to that goal. Whether it takes a month, a year, a week, maybe a day. At this rate, doesn't look like it. But you never know. At the end of the day, if you want to support us reaching the goal at 1K, guys, make some noise for the algorithm, slap the like screens, do all that kind of thing. And because it does help with the algo and getting the noise and the awareness out there, that our goal is to reach 1K. So if I appreciate it, if you guys can do that, we would greatly appreciate it. All right, so this is good, right? Like some zesty projects for some zesty people, right? That's perfect. It's a little bit of everything for everybody, right?
So Mike, tell me about Zesty. What is this?
I have no idea. I don't know. It's Stacks, and it's also cross chain on Binance.
I don't know about Stacks. I'm not a big fan.
But it's the first mover, pretty much.
Yeah, well,
it's the only one that pumped and got a good pump out of the Bitcoin narrative. The rest of them kind of like did nothing. So that's the only reason why you got to keep an eye on it.
Well, I hear you for sure. I'm not saying you shouldn't keep an eye on it. My only issue is the way that these systems are built. Man, like no one wants to have another token. Like you know that.
Yeah.
They don't want other tokens, especially Bitcoin maximalists.
Yeah.
The second you bring up another token, to them it just screams altcoin, scam coin, everything. So
But maxis are going to get out, in my opinion. They're going to get outnumbered eventually, because there's not many maxis. There's not going to be as many maxis as Bitcoin becomes more decentralized. Like eventually, it's going to fizzle away, this maxi business. Same way, there's still gold bugs out there. There's people that love gold. They're maximalists on gold, but you can't compete with the size of the markets. The same thing. Right?
Okay,
Like,
I would push back on that.
okay, go.
So what you're talking about is really the extreme maxis, the purists, the
Sure.
Puritans. That's what you're really talking about.
Of course, that's what maxis are.
General, but no, okay, we have to.
Now we have
because
layers of maxis that
It's not a layer, but it's sort of like a degree of maximalism. How
holy
maximalist are you?
smokes. Come on. It's either you're full on Bitcoin or not.
No, okay. So would you say you're full on Bitcoin?
No. Absolutely not.
Would you say Charles Hoskinson's full on Bitcoin?
No. How could he? How could he? He's a Bitcoin maxi, yes, but he's not. He believes in Bitcoin's utility. Sorry?
There's degrees to it. But
no, but he's not a maxi. There's no degree to it.
So what I would say is, if you're a Puritan, you only believe in Bitcoin only, and the
now we have Puritans. Now we have Puritans. Holy, okay.
Oh, come on, man. So you can be an ETH maxi at the same time. There's different degrees to everything.
Oh.
I think ETH is like, you know how I feel about ETH, but at the same time, I accept that, man, it's got a lot of people on there, and it's one of the base chain.
My problem is that if we treat Bitcoin the way it's traditionally to be treated, in the maxi mentality, Bitcoin is not gonna have any utility. In fact, it's very problematic, because it will just be landlocked to Bitcoin's chain, and that's it. And if you're okay with that, that's cool.
What is that maxi mentality?
That means
why can't it scale with that maxi mentality?
Because you're gonna need a Bitcoin upgrade. There's no other way.
For what? For what applications?
For
this is getting good. This is getting good.
Microtransactions. Let's keep it simple. Microtransactions.
Lightning Network, Fedimint. You have Bitcoin banks.
Yeah, but you're relying on a token now, or a third party.
No, these are all open source protocols. We don't rely on anyone. It's fully custodial. Now, Fedimint's a little bit less custodial, but I would say it's more decentralized than a lot of the layer ones we have today.
Fair.
Okay, so
fair.
That's my pushback.
No,
it's a completely different security. The way that you actually put up the security is completely different, because it's based off of your social reputation. For example, let's say you're within a town, within a village, within a city. If you're the pastor, if you're let's say the politician or religious leader, the chief, you have a social reputation as well. So that's another reason why
who governs this social reputation?
People.
How?
So how do people I'm talking about just general reputation, like a relationship.
But if Bitcoin's scalability is going to depend on this reputation.
No, it doesn't necessarily depend. So this is what I mean. It's still too early.
Okay, but it's not too early for L1s. They're actually doing it.
In what way?
In every single way. Like
for example, doing L1, yeah.
So there's lots of L1s that right now you can do micropayments on, and let's use Sui as an example. Okay, it's a small right now. It's nothing comparison.
I agree with that.
Okay, so this is
Sui. But you need that to scale Bitcoin. That's the real question. I think it's great. I think that's a great layer to add on. I think it's just you're giving a way for builders to build and also integrate Bitcoin. But there's also a security risk. That's always there.
In which way? Like, what do you mean?
In which you're trusting another protocol. You have to. You're taking a risk.
Okay, fine. You're taking a risk with your liquidity. Yeah, if you're gonna and not use bridges, it's got to be native Bitcoin, and that for me is
risky. Yeah,
that's going to be the biggest thing. And I think we're already seeing L1s trying to take that on, is bring the native Bitcoin to their L1, because that's where the most amount of liquidity is in this way. We all say that Ethereum has the most liquidity. It's Bitcoin. It's just landlocked. It's stuck. It's like gold. Gold is stuck. If you had gold right now, bar gold, what do you do with it? If you wanted to buy something with it, how could you buy anything with it right now? What's the process? Think about it. You can't do anything
So
with it.
yeah, but Mike, let's also put it like this: it's not only the most liquid, but it's also the most secure. So that's probably one of the
Hold on,
reasons why
Bitcoin. The Bitcoin is the most liquid.
yeah, you just said that yourself. Has the
No,
most
I
amount
said
of
it had the most amount of liquidity.
yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh no, not
But
it's not
it's
liquid.
also yeah, no, not liquid at all. But it's it also is the most secure. So
Sure, no, that's non-disputable. Like, yeah, of course.
that's probably one reason why people like, for example, you take off your Bitcoin, you bring it on another protocol, you're taking a risk to earn what 2, 3%, 5%, 10% APR. A
Yeah, but
lot of people are
why
willing to do
couldn't
that.
you? That's the biggest problem with gold right now. You can't earn anything off of your gold holdings.
Yeah, but gold has a physical limitation. I think that's the biggest
Why
issue.
does it have to have a physical limitation? Why can't I take my brick of gold to the bank and earn passive APY on it?
Well, that's what we had in the past. You had the
Where'd it
private
go?
banks that well, the issue is that you couldn't verify how much money those banks had. So what happened is they would lie and they would be printing more money than they actually had the gold to back by. You had your bank.
Ah. So this is what I'm
But
saying.
this is
Why don't now that we can fix that, Bitcoin we can bring that
exactly.
back.
This is the best way for Bitcoin. One of the best ways, in my opinion, for Bitcoin to scale is through these private banks
Ooh.
because you can.
Oh no.
Okay,
Private banks, that
well,
gives me chills. That what you said there, just like, ooh, Satoshi.
listen, I know it's
Satoshi's like wherever he is, if he's listening, oh, private bank,
but
private bank.
it's not the
Oh,
same banks that we have today, like government, like really, because the banks we have today are really government controlled, if you think about it. But there's
yeah.
gonna be banks that are gonna be more catered towards privacy, that are gonna be banks this is what happens when you have different businesses that have like, more freedom and they're able
Mhm.
to cater to each clientele, you
You
want
don't
something that's
think
very
that banks in general are going to be obsolete?
they're gonna go away, is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
I want you to when you have a chance or when you can or if you ever have an opportunity, park your car in front of a bank and count how many people go in it. It's like a library.
yeah, oh, you mean like the physical
Yeah.
location or the
Or
service as a whole?
even them as a business because their services are dependent on their physical locations. Right? Now lately we've been the last 10, 15 years online banking has been a big thing. And little by little we're starting to realize okay, that's become a web 2 product, right? Online banking. So now we're saying, okay, if we're updating to Web3, either the banks now have to say, okay, we're done with brick and mortar, we're done with Web2, now we got to go to Web3. Then these banks become crypto banks. Or what are they going to do? Stay Web2, which is fine. But then guess what? Ideally, they have healthy competition. And if we can get some healthy competition, right now, they're not happy about healthy competition. This is what the whole big clarity problem is.
No, I agree with you for sure on that.
No, you're
That's
good.
not good.
No, you're
They
good. You're
they
good.
I'm good?
Yeah, you're good. This is great.
Okay.
No, these are great conversations. For those of you guys that don't know, Tao and I go at it. Like, this is what we do. We debate a lot off camera, and we've done it for years where we've debated various topics. And sometimes it gets like all like, a little bit heated and, all that. But we got to,
Yeah, but it's
but
all
I'm always right. So that's the
fun.
problem. That's the thing. Like,
Oh, man. That's
that's the
love it.
problem. I'm always right. So it's like,
Man, remember early on the Monero debates that we
oh,
had?
but you know what? I'm not that good with those types of debates. And to be honest, I'm not even that good with Bitcoin debates because I'm not that well versed. You beat me on that because, um, no, keep going. Yeah, of course. Bolster wants us to go at it. Look, you get me because you know your Bitcoin stuff, and I'm not there. Like I know it, but I'm not that at that level. You go into a deep level, that I can't bother to, to get to. But when it comes to like just backing it up and looking at in general, I think that's where we have some fun because it fundamentally Bitcoin needs to keep up, in my opinion, to keep up with even the maxis that love Bitcoin, you know, through and through, it's going to become obsolete if it doesn't evolve. It is. And we're already seeing it a little bit becoming a problematic.
Man, it is evolving though. Like that's the
Too
push back.
slowly. Too
So
slowly.
okay, like, do you know all the scaling solutions I talked about in my videos?
Yes, I know.
Aside from Hashi, those are all stuff that if you take the average maximalist, they're a big fan.
Yeah, but there's no there's nothing happening there.
Well, no, Lightning is being used
Okay,
pretty well.
Lightning. Okay, yeah, for real. Lightning is the only one. Yeah. And I have to look into Lightning. Like, Lightning is open source. Who's leading it? Where do they get their funding? Is there any funding?
There's different implementation. You have Blockstream, you have independent people, you have all sorts of people leading it. But it's all interoperable, so you don't need to worry. The thing is, if you look at the capacity of Bitcoin, and the amount of Bitcoin that can actually come on Lightning, it's been fairly consistent. The channel sizes has only gone down.
See, this is where you get me. The channel sizes, all of this. I'm like, my brain shuts off because I don't know.
I'm a push back. Wasteland says, yeah, I can hear everything well except for the soothing elevator music. So, Mike, where's the elevator music?
But what I don't understand is how he can hear. He's saying that he can't hear it, but he knows it's soothing. This is a problem. This is where I need to get Wasteland Muscle Cars here on this stream so we can this is where we can go at it as well, because he's telling me he can only hear you, but he can hear the soothing elevator music. How does that make any sense? Wasteland Muscle Cars. I think he's trolling me or something with my soothing elevator music.
Because usually I have that we both have that music in the background, so I can't hear it through your stream.
Oh, you use the same music?
Oh no, I use different. I use a song, but I bring down the speed really low, so it's like nice and like relaxing.
What?
And like, you know,
you putting people to bed? You know, that's a strategy for streamers, eh? To get them to fall asleep.
When they go to sleep. Exactly, so they can keep watching
for hours and hours. You know what? We're gonna do that. I think that's what we should do. We should put
that's
like
how
nice.
We get the 1,000 subs, man.
No, that's how we get the views. That's how we get the views. No, right now it stopped. It stopped playing. I don't know why. Okay, now it just stopped. Okay, hold on. Let me try it again.
Going back to the Bitcoin thing, because you know I can't stop talking.
Can you hear it now, Ethan? Just want to make sure. You got the soothing music. Or maybe not. Oh, you know why, guys? I know why. Hold on. I'm gonna exit here. It's on the full screen. I'm just gonna copy. Go back here.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't hear it through your thing either. If it's like the upbeat music,
no, it's not for you.
That's for you, not for me.
Negative. Okay, hold on. Maybe now. Hold on. Let me see.
We gotta get the port analysis going.
Yeah. We're gonna do that. Just let me get this music going.
Let me get one more pushback on the Bitcoin thing we had going.
Okay. Hold on. So many things going on right now.
What else are we looking for? It was there for a sec.
How about now? I'll put it loud. Can you hear it? See or no? Yes or no? Maybe Tao might not be able to hear, but you guys in the audience, can you hear it? It was there for a second.
There, yeah.
You should be able to hear it now.
Yeah, I heard it through your live.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's leave it there. Is it too loud, guys? Just tell me. Hopefully it's not too loud. Muscle Cars, you remember this soundtrack? The soundtracks from before? This is the old music that I used to have before I got my other music. You know what? We'll bring these back once in a while. You know, we'll save these tracks for when I'm live here at the Crypto Corner. Okay. Hopefully it's not too loud. I was told that it was too loud before. I just want to make sure it's comfortable. I don't want it to be overbearing. I just want it to be a little bit of some noise in the background, so it's not so. Okay, I think we should transition into our regular segment on Tuesdays, which is the portfolio thing. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get your screen going.
Oh, you want it to be on my screen?
Yeah, okay, might as well. Yeah, because it's your segment. I want you to take control here of what we got going on. Let's get Tao's.
Boy, what am I doing?
Yeah, we'll just do like that.
There we go. All right, can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Perfecto. Let me make sure. How's that showing on the stream? Load, 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 load.
You're good. You can see everything nicely. You're sharing the stream right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if it's okay. Let me see if my thing's coming up or not. It should be there. No,
I could see it. Yeah, I could see it.
Oh, you can see it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, perfect.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So we had a viewer.
No, but I see your screen, but I see you. Oh, well, you're bouncing around. Okay, good. Yeah, now you're good. You're good. Maybe there's a delay here. Oh, that's fine. You're good now.
Yeah, so we had a viewer, Mike, and he came and he told me, man, I'll take a shot at the portfolio review. Tell me how it is. I'm like, of course. You know, I told him, give me the format and everything. And he said that he wants to hedge this with Ethereum, but he's thinking it's still too high right now. So he's waiting for lower. And I told him, like, what's your time horizon? He says, I want to continue to DCA into August, catch the large pullback we're waiting, and then possibly add another coin, but no more than 11. So he has 9 right now. So that's 2 more. So clearly, if we just go over the portfolio, it's pretty balanced. So he has Sui at 14.2%, Stellar at 3.6.
So I kind of hold on before we continue. I kind of misunderstood that opening statement. He wants to buy more Ethereum for a hedge, or he's thinking
I think
about
that's what he said. Yeah.
Hedge. How do you hedge in this case? Buy more Ethereum.
Oh, he says I wanted to hedge this with Ethereum.
Okay.
So
a little bit less risk on, maybe that's what he means.
Yeah,
maybe
that's what I was assuming too.
Even though,
but then at that point, why don't you just do that with Bitcoin?
Because it's less risky.
Yeah.
So he wants access to risk still, and based on what I see in his portfolio, I can see his appetite. I can tell by his appetite. Okay. You know what I would like?
So you want to?
Can you do me a favor? Can you send me a link to this document? Because you probably have it ready, quick access.
It's if you go into our shared Google Drive, it's all there.
Yeah, I know, but it's the time I have like 45 different tabs open, screens. But this is much better. Okay, cool. Thank you. I knew you had it ready. Okay, so yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear that? Can you hear my music playing through?
No.
Perfect. Okay, so we have Sui as a number 1 pick at 14.2%, large cap. Stellar at 13.6, Algo at 12, Aave at 11, Ada at 11, Research at 10, Bio and Chronos about 9.5, 9.3, and finally Astra at 9.2. So let's just go over narrative-wise. So narrative-wise, L1s make up almost 50% of the portfolio, RWA 13.6%, DeFi 20.2%, DeSci 20%. So if you go down, scroll all the way down, you can see it by its categorization, whether it's a large cap, mid cap, micro, or small. I have the way that we actually listed these right here, so I'll structure this so viewers can see as well, just so they're aware how we're considering them medium or micro or small. So 48.2% is a large cap, 32 is a mid cap, 10% micro, and 9.5 small cap.
Okay, now context would be great. Like, when did they buy these? How long they've been, how long they've been holding this? How far into their DCA is this individual willing to continue DCAing? These are all important, right? Details. Maybe you know what we should do? Create a form so that people can fill it in, and we can do like a quick checklist, like with certain questions that help us, because now we have to talk in different bring in different scenarios instead of being direct, like what's the actual context.
Yeah, that's the hard part. He did say he wants to DCA into August and catch the large pullback we all waiting for, possibly add another coin, no more than 11.
Perfect. Okay, so there's a bit of context. So he wants to he has cash on the side to buy a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, how do you want to start? You lead.
Okay, so I think the biggest thing I need to understand is his risk profile. So just looking based off of the tokens he has here, I think it's pretty clear. He's really looking to take risk, like you said, Mike. I don't know. I think I need a minute to think about it. Like,
Yeah,
write
I'm
down.
staring at it. I'm staring at
Yeah,
it. Guys, in the meantime, share the stream if you can. Slap some like buttons, do your thing. If you share, it does really help. I'm going to share this. I don't know what you're doing, Tal, but you're showing your screen. It's doubling up there.
I know. I messed up.
Okay, all good. Let me just share. I'm going to share this to the Discord. I'm going to share out there, see who wants to join us. Portfolio review. Okay, so as I'm looking here, okay, maybe I'll go first and you can keep on looking. I see, obviously, there's no Bitcoin here, which means that he's looking for opportunity. This person is trying to make a difference in their portfolio, right? They want to, they're risk on, they're ready to go. Sui is a great pick. And if there was any project to be heavily weighted on, fine, make it Sui. I get it. And sure, and Cardano's right behind it. Now, I would say Cardano's one of those that people love to hate until it runs. And if you remember last cycle where it pumped like crazy, people were hating on. They love to hate it. I don't know why. It has this thing where people love to hate it, but then when it runs,
because of usage, man.
Yeah, there's nothing. It has nothing,
the thing is, like, when you're building a great product, you need to your time preference has to be pushed back. You can't expect to be gaining the rewards in a year or two,
especially when you're talking about engineering and stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so their ecosystem is their biggest problem, right? People yap about their ecosystem, that their ecosystem doesn't have any utility and this and that. But it's a project that never has any downtime and never has any issues. It's always there. And then if you look at its counterpart, you look at something like, say, Solana, that came out hot with a massive ecosystem, right? This and that, speed, blah blah blah. How much downtime did it have? You remember last cycle how many times it went down?
Yeah,
like
man, that was
6
insane.
times or something like that. So I say you gotta judge an L1 when the market goes hot, not during the bear market. Let's get it on full load and see if it can hold up. Cardano's never had any downtime, right? And it has good TVL and so on. So I say, like, if you're gonna, Cardano's, it's pretty solid. It's probably one of the most decentralized L1s out there. Would you agree or not?
Yeah. I have to look into it again because it's been a while. But if I
That's why I was hesitant to say that, but you're right.
I'll look at Explore right now. Validators, Cardano. But go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of looking superficially here.
One thing I would say is I want to have a different way of looking at it. I feel like instead of saying I don't want more than 10 tokens or 11 tokens, I think what we should be really focused on is narratives. So I don't want more than this many narratives.
Right.
I think switching that way of thinking is probably going to be the much better way, because a token, you can have 10 of the same like narrative tokens. If one pumps, most likely others are going to follow along. But when you're diversified by narratives, that's when you're actually
really diversified.
Diversification.
Yeah, I agree.
Even in the stock market, when we buy, let's say, REITs, like real estate, like let's say companies, if you're just invested in 25 different real estate companies, you're diversified within real estate. How about mining? How about energy? You see, so that's the way I like to think about it. Stop focusing on tokens itself, but focus on a narrative as a whole.
Fair.
Yeah.
And if you can kind of like de-risk, let's say you have multiple within the same narrative, one all of a sudden gets its moment and starts ripping it. You can always say, you know what, out of the 5 that I hold that are real world assets, for example, one of them pumped. Let me take profit on that one, take half on the double, de-risk from it. So I kind of like say to myself, it's okay that I hold 5, because really what I'm really holding is 4, because I took my initial investment off the table on the 5th that pumped already. So who cares about that one? Put that aside. Let it cook. Let it simmer. So if you kind
And
of think
because
about it like that, you can still have a very diversified portfolio that's risk-free.
yeah, no, for sure, I agree with that. I think the half on the double is great way
Especially
of
when
going about
you're
it.
so diversified, if you have so many. But this is not the case. The dude only has 9.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Probably like diversify by narrative and don't think about it by tokens. Because he told me he wanted maximum 11. So to me,
Mhm.
I'm like,
I'm curious as to why.
maybe
Portfolio
he's
management,
maybe he's a trader. He's in and out, and
maybe.
but it would kind of go against this entire portfolio thing because he's saying he's trying to DCA until August,
Yeah,
which was only 2. Yeah,
that's a good
so
strategy. August, September. I would say be prepared till September. I remember the last cycle, the one that changed my life, the one that really pumped for me. We started waking up in October, really
October.
strong. It was
Yeah,
crazy. Um, but it could start in September, so you have some time. I'm looking at Stellar, and I know you highlighted it, and I don't. Stellar's an L1. It's not a real world asset.
yeah. I think that was from last time. I forgot to change
It's
that.
okay. It's
Let me check.
Stellar and XLM, right? That's the ticker. I put that.
Yeah, it is. It is. Technically, yeah, you're right. It is an L1, but the thing is, I think the reason I highlighted it is because the majority of their marketing is towards payments and RWA. Even if you go on their
Right.
website,
But
I might be wrong
RWA in
about
which
that.
way? Like that's so important because
I
there's
know.
they
I know.
it's so encompassing nowadays. Like this real world
Everything's
asset.
so like so different, man. You got one narrative can have 5 different types.
Yeah.
Even within DeFi, you have perpetual DeFi now. You
A
have
real
like
world asset is
your
DeFi.
regular.
And then real world
Yeah.
asset is like, they started
Yeah.
introducing all kinds of different things. So Stellar's an L1 and from a
Okay, if I classify that L1,
yeah, and at the
that's
end of
gonna
the day,
be
it's probably in my opinion, one of the worst L1s out there. Next to Polkadot. I don't like it whatsoever. It could pump, but I don't like it whatsoever. You got to ask yourself, what is XLM used for? What is its utility? And that's it. That's unless something came up recently, but XLM Stellar, there's nothing there. There's no use for it. Maybe governance. That's all you're probably gonna get.
I mean, they have a nice website.
Oh yeah, that's sure. That's for sure. I wonder what AI would say. Let's do a quick AI search. See if
Yeah, let's go ask Claude.
okay. I'll ask ChatGPT. You ask Claude. How's that? Or no?
Okay. I'll go on my phone and I'll ask Claude. I can't do it on computer. Oh, my phone's 1%. Perfect. Okay, let's ask right now. Hey, Claude, what is
I got so many tabs open. Oh, I should just do it on my phone too. It's too much happening on this.
Okay, so what are we asking? What is it
What happened
compared
to
to
the
other
live stream?
projects?
Hold on. Something happened.
What
Oh no, we're
happened?
good. No, we're good. Sorry.
Okay, okay. Oh, my phone turned off. Okay, I'll ask ChatGPT.
Okay, if you're gonna ask ChatGPT, then fine, you do it. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
do the same thing you're gonna do. Ask ChatGPT. What is XLM's utility? That is as a token. That's what I want to know. For sure, it's governance. I don't think it's a gas token, as far as I remember. It'll use its boilerplate. It's probably a layer 0. It's not even it's probably a layer 0, most likely.
Yeah, but you have to really see what they're marketing towards, Mike. That's why my
They're
tags are
marketing
mainly being
towards L1s.
really, you think I
I
would
think
like
so.
if you go so the average investor when they go on their site, because that's what that's even if
Mhm.
they do go on the site, the first thing they see is where blockchain meets global payments, tokenization, DeFi,
Mhm.
and the real world. That's the first thing they
Okay.
see.
But
So
my question to you is, who's using Stellar? Who's the target market of Stellar? What is the token's utility? What is it? What does ChatGPT say? And then we'll move on from there.
okay. Okay, there we go. Let's see what ChatGPT says. Searching the web. Perfect. It sits in the payment slash settlement rail alongside XRP, HBAR, Algo, and increasingly focused or stablecoin focused chains like ETH and
What would you
Solana.
ask it?
I said, what's XLM's utility as a token? How does it compare to other projects?
Oh,
in the
too many
same
questions. The first one, what is XLM what is its utility? That's the most important thing. Because as a project, we can visit the website. But as a
Sure.
token, what is the token for?
Operating and securing the network's payment infrastructure through number 1, transaction fees, number 2, minimum account balance or network reserve, bridge asset for cross-border payments, um, liquidity and settlement asset, supporting Stellar's built-in DEX.
So it is a gas token?
I don't even know, man. So much gap here.
I honestly don't feel.
I don't even remember this. Like, it's been so long since
Yeah,
I
I
looked.
know. Me too. I remember this was a hot project until people
Yeah,
figured
like,
out that
how
XLM does
long ago
nothing.
was it like
2 cycles
I
ago.
remember 2 cycles, okay. But yeah, it is a gas token.
So it is a gas token.
Yeah,
Now, if a project were to deploy on XLM, okay, and that was their thing, is to do CDBCs and help institutions create their own blockchains, are they forced to use XLM as a gas token, as the gas? I don't think so. It's like AVAX. AVAX has their layer 0 with their subnets. The problem with the AVAX, one of the issues, is that you can deploy a subnet without the need to use AVAX as a gas. You can use your own token that you create using AVAX as a subnet, the subnet token as the gas. The thing is that AVAX has other requirements that if you become a subnet, that you need some AVAX. That's a different story. But what does XLM, does it force that people to use XLM if they're going to use XLM's boilerplate? That's the biggest issue.
The fees are really low.
That's great. It's fine. So it's like Polkadot.
So they do have to use it, but it's like so low. Like, this is one of my issues with a lot of these really fast and cheap chains is, where's the value accrual? How are you going to get that value back to token holders?
Right.
And when you have, okay, like if you're main, because a lot of these change.
They want to scale. They want to expand to be a global settlement layer for the world, and they're looking at volume.
For sure.
That's what XRP thinks.
So you need something to differentiate you. But number 2, for the token holders or for validators, because validators, their money's clear, you know, the way that they get their money. But how is that going to benefit token holders? Because at that point, it's not really something that you want to maybe.
No, because the rewards are going to dilute the value anyway. So it's not good for token holders.
So that's what I mean. It's mainly just a commodity. It's just a way to pay gas fees and use a service or a product. It's sort of like what's it like? You know those like those websites that have their own point system. If you hold on to a bunch of them, there's no like anything you can do with it. Yeah, you could sell it, like these Robux and all that stuff. But it makes sense for the developers, just like the validators. So if I had to compare it, I would sort of compare it to the Roblox platform, something like that, in which you have those devs who are getting paid in their own token or Robux, and then they can transfer it to real cash. But the average holder,
I think what we do need is, what I need is maybe a deep dive into Stellar once again. It's been too long.
Yeah.
And to figure out exactly what it is. The general consensus from the past was Stellar is a no bueno. But then again, I don't know. And for me, I don't hold any, because I remember concluding that myself 2 years ago. The thing is that 2 years ago, I could say I'm ignorant. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Because 2 years, things change like crazy in this space. So either this person's up to date and knows something that I don't, which is very valid and very true. But based on what I do know, I wouldn't touch it with the 10-foot pole. No, thank you. Okay, and there's a couple others that would be piled into that category as well. So that's that. I prefer his Algorand allocation. That Algorand is another one.
Yeah,
great.
No,
tech.
I like Algo. Yeah,
great tech. And in fact, I would say that the average American does not even know its value, because it's a very European and Latin American project. That's where they
Algo?
actually Algorand.
Yeah.
So if you look at their actual utility and where it's being implemented and used in their arrangements, meaning relationships, partnerships, they were able to land a deal with one of the biggest energy producers in the world, and I think it's the second largest in Europe, if I'm not mistaken, where they can keep track of the energy consumption and so on and so forth using Algorand's blockchain, which is pretty massive. And then in South America and Central America, Algorand has a presence and actual projects using it. But what's pretty cool about Algorand, it's its founders. It's I don't know if he's the CEO, what's his title, but he's the face, the lead. I forget his name right now. But what's pretty cool about him is that he's a world-renowned computer scientist. I don't know if you know Turing. You know Turing.
The guy, I forgot the guy's name, but
He's
I
Italian.
remember reading something about it like a long time ago. This is also the same time I read this is like I saw this on X, but apparently in Afghanistan they were using Algorand to pay for their electricity. Like
Mhm.
what half the country was using it, something crazy. I
Mhm.
think we talked about that, Mike,
Yeah.
before. I don't remember if we did.
No,
So that was
Algorand
really
is used all over the place, except in North America,
in America.
unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just
So
not
we
using it.
think that it's not doing anything, but everywhere else is doing everything. And I think the reason why it's doing so good in those parts of the world is the founder is a Turing winning, basically, for computer science. There's an award that people get for the best of the world, and it's made by Turing. I think his name is Alan Turing. It's one of the first. It's like one of the first innovators in computer science. So this dude, I forget his name, the founder or CEO of Algorand, he's an award winner of the Turing Award winning. So which is amazing. And he's right up there of one of the best in the world
Yeah, he
in
did.
this. So
Silvio
Silvio, yeah,
Micheli.
crazy, and he's a professor, I think, at MIT or some crazy university, some high-end university in the States. I forget which one.
Yeah,
So
MIT. He's done research as well, and he won the Turing Award for cryptography.
yeah,
So perfect.
like if there's anybody you want on your team, it's that
It's
guy.
someone like that.
I don't know who else. Who else would you want to, when you're a kid and you're playing soccer and you line up and everybody picks the first player, like, who's goal, and then you take turns back and forth. And the person at the end is the guy that's the crappiest, but the one who gets picked first is the best. Well, I think that he would be one of the first guys you would want to pick on your team, based on as far as being in a software, type of guy. I would think. So yeah, Algorand is a good project, but then we're thinking fundamentals. We're thinking, long term. We're thinking that's what portfolios should be. When you're building a portfolio, you should have this long term vision. It's not trading, unless you're trading on spot. That's a different story. You can be a spot trader. That's cool. But when I look at a portfolio, I don't think about it based on spot trading. Do you?
Spot trading? No, not at all.
Like we say half on the double, that's fine, but that's a trader's mentality. But that's only if you want to get out of a risky scenario, even on your
Mike,
spot
the thing is,
bags.
even from like a trader to an investor, what's the main difference between them? Like if we had to say, because to me, they're really one of the same.
They are,
It's
yeah,
just a degree, right?
yeah,
So how do we define the difference? Because to me, I'm an investor, but I'm also a trader.
yeah,
You're an investor, but you're also a trader.
100%. They're the same, just time frames are different. An
Yeah,
investor, you're holding your asset for a longer period of time, but you're still trading fiat for whatever asset that you're buying. It's still a
yeah.
trade. It's just, okay, you might hold it for 20 years or who knows how long, right? But it
Mike, we
doesn't.
actually had someone say something really good in the
What?
comments. So
Oh,
E-Money said he had advice. So let's go over what he said. Um, he said,
okay.
my advice for this portfolio is to sell Stellar and add Tau or a couple AI tokens
Yeah,
for some AI exposure.
you're right, Ethan. AI, he has
Perfect.
very little to no AI exposure. You're right. So yeah, I will get rid of Stellar, 100%. Yeah, get rid of Stellar, and maybe not Tau, maybe not. I'm more of a near protocol guy. Tau got a lot of hype, okay, a lot of hype and real quick, okay. Whereas near is more sustainable, and I feel like sustainability in a portfolio, especially when you're limited, what you don't want is you want sustainability. But Tau's still good. If I were to choose, it would be between Tau or near, and even 50-50 would be good. Sell Stellar,
Yeah.
and put
So
half and half.
yeah, half and exactly. Just about to say that.
And do that, and,
You know,
get rid of Stellar, in my
like you usually
opinion.
want to have a top couple picks within a narrative,
Yeah,
especially if you just want to have a little bit of diversification.
yeah.
That's something I see a lot of people, they want to bet on one thing and just go heavy into that one thing. They're
Because their idea is if AI does well, Tau will do well too. But you don't know that.
no, but not just for AI, Mike, for everything.
No,
Even
I
like
know,
when they're
but I just
choosing
use AI as
AI.
an example.
Oh,
Right?
okay, yeah,
As an
exactly.
example,
You're
like
exactly right. Yeah.
you don't know if that one project within the narrative is going to pump. You don't know if Tau is going to pump. But yeah, he's saying, Ethan is saying, sure, anything in the top few AI tokens by market cap, near is great, agreed. So yeah, like anything up there, and diversifying and maybe having two picks just in case one pumps. Let's say Tau pumps and just rips it. Well, take profit and put that in into your stablecoin bag, and buy the dip if it comes down, and maybe rotate it into near because maybe that one will eventually pop off, and you play your game a little bit. But having two allows you to play. If you don't have two, you only have one. It's just a waiting game and hoping for the best, right? So it's fine. But yeah, I agree with Ethan. That's a great suggestion, buddy. So we clarified that. I think if it were me, and I think you're in the same boat. Stellar's got to go.
Yeah.
But what about if
Let's put a
tomorrow
big
this thing
fat
pumps?
erratic.
Can you imagine this thing pumps tomorrow?
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
But it
It's like
happens,
grabbing all
and
these stocks.
don't knock
Yeah.
it. If we get a proper season, Stellar's going to run. It's going to pump. But the problem is what we're doing is that we're trying to reduce risk. We're trying to say, well, which one would I choose? Would I rather hold Stellar or Near Protocol? My bet is on Near Protocol. My bet is on Tau. I would prefer that, rather than Stellar. But Stellar's still going to move. It's going to attract a share of liquidity. You don't think it's the total market cap run? Stellar's going to get some. It's going to get some of it. I just don't know how much. And to be honest, I also wouldn't be surprised if it got none. I wouldn't. It's not doing anything. It has no appeal to me whatsoever. Okay, let's go down the list. Aave.
So how do you feel about Aave? I actually want to ask you about that.
Well, lately it got a bit of a beatdown.
Yeah.
No fault to its own. It had no reason. It wasn't even an Aave issue. It was more of it was a bridge issue. Layer 0, something like that, bridge that got hacked or manipulated, or guys, we got to understand, these things happen, and we can't jump the gun and start blaming and pointing fingers at projects that really don't have any involvement. Really, right? It's remember the conversation that we had with Shido? Crazy conversation. Shido gets blamed for the exploit that really didn't even have anything to do with them, because what got exploited was the contract on Ethereum. But Shido gets the blame for it. So the Ethereum contract had an issue, right? Which was the Ethereum scenario, the liquidity pool on Ethereum or whatever. But Shido gets the heat for it. So it's a similar concept. Aave was, lending and borrowing, DeFi or whatever it does. And then, you got what was it, Kelp, which I did a deep dive on Kernel, which is part of its ecosystem, got exploited. And it got exploited through the bridge. Like every other exploit is pretty much bridges right now. Bridges are right now become the hottest thing. Bridge. Nobody wants bridges. I understand why, because people are losing a ton of money. But Aave is one of the OGs here in DeFi. If Aave took a hit because of that exploit, I say it's worth a shot. It's worth a punt. If you're on the sidelines right now, I bought some Aave. Let's put it that way. And I never owned any prior to this exploit or this issue. So if it wasn't for the fact that I thought it got undervalued because of the FUD and the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, I probably wouldn't even be owning any, to be honest. But because of that, I bought some because I'm that type of person. When I see a FUD and stuff, I look at it as an opportunity to buy. I've done that so many times, and most often than not, it works out. Projects recuperate. The only one that currently struggling is Thorchain. What's it called? Rune. That thing got beat up again, like round 2. So Aave, it's a lie. He owns 11%. That's 11% of his portfolio. But you can see all of them are pretty much 10%, give or take. And I can bet you the reason why it's like that. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not. I was gonna think out loud there. What's your take on Aave?
You know, man, I feel like DeFi is changing so much and so fast. You know, back in the day, you used to be like, okay, you got your Uniswap, you got Aave, you got a couple smaller projects, now you got Aster and Hyperliquid and all these different things. It's actually,
but that's a different narrative altogether. He didn't even have access to the perps.
No, he has Aster.
Where? Oh, at the bottom. I didn't see that. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, so he's got some action there.
Yeah, he has a little bit there. I mean, listen, it's the main thing for lending, right? It's sort of like when you're trying to go and, let's say, borrow or lend money, what are you going to go to? Well, most people would say Aave.
Aave. Maple Finance is doing good.
Maple Finance?
Yeah, Maple. Sorry?
What chain is that on?
It's an Ethereum project.
Ethereum?
Yeah, it's been around for like one cycle now. Maple, it's doing good. But again, like what is good in these conditions? You know, it's survival is good in these conditions.
Really.
So it's like,
so to me, I think the first thing is it's the main thing when you want to go for lending. Everyone knows Aave, so it already has that sort of, I would say, first movers advantage
and safety.
Yeah, and especially that safety. I don't know, recently, because of what happened with that, like, it doesn't matter if it was really their fault or not, because they're still going to get the heat for it. So how is that going to affect?
But they weren't even associated.
So, to be honest, I haven't looked into it. What happened? Because I heard there was
kelp that got exploited. It got drained. It was another. It's on the kernel in the kernel ecosystem, and it was their bridge that kelp uses that got that was the vulnerability. It wasn't even a bridge that was native to kernel or kelp or Aave. It was a third-party bridge that offers bridging services that was what happened to be able to take advantage of their liquid staking protocols on kelp. So liquid staking has that thing, you know, where you get tokens in exchange for providing liquidity, and you get these tokens. And that's where if you find a loophole, a little bit of manipulation, you can get free tokens. Right? And that's basically what happens on bridges. You find a way to kind of like shift around, and you get a bunch of free tokens, and you're just taking advantage of a problem. You're not hacking. It's not a hack. You just found, hey, this dev, they didn't think of this, and let me take advantage of it. Let's exploit that opportunity. And that's what they did with the bridge. And all of a sudden it slowly got to Aave, because Aave has kelp and, you know, in its offerings, I guess.
So it's not that big. I thought it was okay, yeah, so that's really good. And I heard, from my understanding, that they restored a lot of the loans or whatever that they had, the liquidity that was sitting there.
Well, so that's really came in to help. A lot of others, that's what we're starting to see now, is these large L1s. I wouldn't be surprised if the Ethereum Foundation came in and stepped in and helped. I forget who helps, but lately we've been seeing that. We've been seeing a lot of people coming in and trying to make people whole. You know?
Yeah, they said in accordance with the RS-ETH technical recovery plan, WETH LTVs on Aave v3, Ethereum Core, Ethereum Prime, Arbitrum Base, Mantle, and Lena have been restored to their pre-incident values.
Yeah. That's a sign of maturity. That's
Yeah,
a sign
that's
of
really
maturity.
good. That's really good.
So what you would say if you're gonna hold any DeFi, yeah, Aave.
Yeah, like all
What
like
is Aave's trading price?
trading. You mean the price of the token itself?
Yeah.
It's at 88.71.
See, do you think that's a problem psychologically for new traders?
Okay,
Do you get what I
let me
mean?
put it like that.
Like,
I know that the smaller amounts, like the
yeah.
10 cents, the 1 cent, the 0.000000, like so many zeros, it's going off the screen, is really good because you're like, oh, if it goes to 1 cent, I'm gonna be a trillionaire. But to me, Mike, I don't know. I feel like if those people are in that situation, like
Uh-huh.
those sort of investors, maybe that's not the best people you want to keep around in the first place.
Right, but they're
Because
the ones
they
that
don't
drive that
understand
blow
the
off
tech,
top.
they don't understand. They do. No, I agree with you. But at that point, like, I know what you're saying. I don't know. I feel like it has, for sure, it has an effect. It's
It's
psychological, like,
$100
even for
bucks, you know.
even
People are like,
yeah,
oh, I can buy this is 5 cents.
yeah, and buy like
And then they
1,000 of
start
it. Yeah,
calculating, right? Like if it went to like $10, you know, or it goes to $100, I can buy my Lambo and retire. And they don't know nothing about market cap. They don't get it. I always try to think about these things because the average retailer won't, you know, that's the way they come in. They start calculating the retirement
yeah.
and that kind of stuff.
I mean,
So
what do you think? You think so? You think it has a how big of an effect do you think it has?
I think it has a big effect. I think it has
Big
a huge
effect?
effect. Yeah, my opinion. But still,
So
it's
like,
it's based on a not understanding. But $88 is not that much. There's another lending protocol. I forget what it's called right now. That's like $1,000.
market cap?
The trading price, the actual price of it.
Oh,
I
oh, yeah,
forget.
that was you remember Yearn? That was like
Yeah,
50,000 at
it
one
was.
point.
Yeah, you're fine. Like crazy. Like no one
Man,
will buy that because of the price. They look at it and they don't understand the concept of market cap.
yeah. Like right now it's 2,000, but the
Yeah,
market cap is 88.
yeah,
I remember like early
I
on when
know.
I got in, I'm like, oh my God, this is $65,000 for a token. Who's
Yeah,
rich enough to buy that?
yeah. Meanwhile, is
Crazy.
you just you don't have to buy a whole thing, and most people don't understand that. So that's
Yeah.
why I always look at what's the price and how does retail digest that. Do we keep out Aave? Look, if you're gonna have DeFi, you're gonna have DeFi. Aave is a no-brainer. There's no
I mean,
risk
to me,
associated to it, though.
I just feel like why don't you have a few of them? Like,
He only wants 11. So what I would say is let's just keep on going and say, fine, if that's his pick. And then at the end, we can say, what is he going to add? Because we only have 2. Have spots
but
for
that's why I
2.
said I think he should switch his thinking to a narrative perspective instead
But we're kind
and
of
have a
doing that.
couple.
We're kind of doing that for him, kind of. Because we said
So
Stellar, get rid of
would you
Stellar
just
and get
say
AI. He has DeFi. He only has 2, which is good.
so you wouldn't think taking a risk on something a little bit smaller in DeFi or even something big but different? Like,
Okay. But then, okay, yeah, sure. But are we going to go above 11 projects?
that's my thing.
He said
When
no.
we're
He only wants 11.
okay, max 11. We'll stick to that.
Okay, that's what he said. And I understand the limitation here because that's what he wants is 11. And I like fine Aave, and I like he's into Aster. It should do well. I don't see a reason why not. The perp dex lit has been killing it.
Yeah.
Nice recovery on lit.
Lit?
Yeah, lighter.
I'm not gonna pull it up on the screen. I'm just checking on CoinMarketCap.
It recovered very nicely lately. What's Bitcoin
Last
doing
week.
right now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Bitcoin. Let's check Bitcoin actually. I haven't even seen it.
it's back in the range.
Yeah.
What a day. Horrible. It's nothing.
Yeah, man, bro. It just completely held these imbalances.
See,
If you saw like
this morning's analysis was perfect because
I wanted a retracement before that next push up, to be honest, because what are you gonna do? Buy at these tops? Like
you can trade. That's all you could really do here is get into a position, put a stop loss, and that's it. Just trade. If it doesn't work out, walk away. Don't get wrecked here. Anyways, this is a nothing burger, like nothing.
this is just it's even within yesterday's
Yeah,
range.
Look
Like
at
if
that.
you just look at it, highs and lows from yesterday. It's stuck between that. So usually the next day you can get really big impulsive moves.
And
So you gotta be
tomorrow's
careful.
Wednesday already. Uh,
FOMC, by the way.
what are they yapping about tomorrow?
FOMC minutes, I think.
Oh, okay. But still.
I saw it on your terminal. You had it on
Yeah.
the economic calendar. Man, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it so much easier.
Yeah,
You don't have to go
one
to
place.
three
You go
different
there, you get all
sites.
the info you need. I like that. Okay, so Bitcoin hanging out here for a little bit longer is not bad. It can show a little bit of support. Maybe it could show us that maybe a bit of a floor price. No more sellers. No more sellers. It could be. We're seeing a shift of momentum on the 1 hour. That's what I like. Synergy signals giving us good shifts of momentum. Divergences are there on the 1 hour. So let's see what happens. I honestly, 2 p.m. volatility is here. Asia market's going to respond. Let's see what they say. If not, tomorrow, again, tomorrow morning, we'll figure out what we do next. For now, nothing. Sitting on your hands. Okay, let's continue the portfolio. What do you think?
Port. So Ave was there. Cardano. Okay. How do you feel about Cardano within this portfolio, in the context of the rest of the portfolio?
I like Cardano. My debate is whether we should diversify into split that into night as well. Get a bit of night if you like the Cardano concept. Night is an independent chain, right? It's independent of Cardano. It's not like it's built on Cardano or it's an L2 of Cardano of any sort. It's its own L1 that's catered to privacy. But a lot of
they're interoperable.
They're interoperable because they use it uses the Cardano tech stack. I forget which layer, but it does. So it's interoperable and so on. But it's its own L1.
Jazzy like that.
But the only thing is that lately there's been a little bit of a bit of beef amongst the Cardano community. I don't know if you follow. They're not really happy with the fact that it seems like the Cardano, including what's-his-face, Charles, is abandoning ship on Cardano. It felt like that. Because, of course, Night came out, they were product launch, all the hype, all the interest, all the talk, and then Cardano people were like, what? What, you know, are you abandoning Cardano for another L1? And then Charles had, I mean, I don't know if you watched that rant. He went nuts on people. He started yelling. I was like, okay, dude, relax. But he was yelling on this podcast. Yelling. Because people were literally, you know, saying, like, what now? We're going to abandon Cardano and move on to Night? That's what it felt like. But it was just a product launch.
Like, how long was he working on that? Like, I would, you know, like...
Working
Cardano,
on what?
like, that's
Cardano or Night?
Yeah. Cardano, like that's been a long-term project.
So what?
So I would understand why he would get a little bit
annoyed.
Put off the edge.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I understand. From his thing, like, how can you say that I'm going to abandon ship on a project that I worked for 20 years on, or who knows how long?
Especially through the bear market, like that's not easy.
Yeah, I agree. Look, I don't think Cardano's going to. Cardano's an open platform, meaning complete transparent L1, whereas Night is not. Okay, it's a privacy. So you're going to have options to hide certain characteristics of a transaction, so it's private. And that how it hides it's going to be its own algorithm, its own thing, you know, its own way of achieving it. But privacy is necessary. We know that. Yeah, well, I would keep Cardano. I wouldn't get rid of Cardano. I like Cardano. It's just it's almost like, you know, it represents reason. It's reasonable, right? You're not going to expect this thing to pump like crazy, even though it did in the past. But you're also not going to expect it for it to just, you know, be a rug. I would never expect that. You know, especially Charles. You know how wealthy Charles is.
Oh yeah, like a 100 millionaire, billionaire. What is it?
I don't know, but he's wealthy, and it has nothing to do with crypto. That guy's into old money, rancher money, and you know, that kind of money. Like, this guy's got money. Like, he's not here to play around. You know, so
So
don't get
550
fooled by his
million
flannels.
to 1.2 billion, depending on ADA market performance and undisclosed assets.
Crazy. Okay.
Reached a peak net worth of 4 billion during crypto bull markets. That's crazy.
And again, his own private equity based on family money and all of that. The guy's wealth comes from a wealthy background. So,
Mike, actually, something I just saw.
mhm,
So we remember we were talking about Bitcoin layer 2s and all that.
mhm.
Apparently, Echo Protocol, which is
Yeah,
on Monad,
just got
just
exploited.
for
Yeah.
1,000 EBTC.
So, but that's a wrapped Bitcoin.
Yeah, so I want to see how they wrap that and with the process for that, because
See, that's the thing. This wrapped business is the problem, because with wrapped Bitcoin, what you're doing is you're essentially making a promise to hold some Bitcoin in isolated environment while you represent that Bitcoin on a different chain in a wrapper. But you're relying on that mechanism to hold true. You get what I mean? So
right.
yes, it's your Bitcoin is held in custody, and then you wrap it, and you basically saying that wrapped Bitcoin represents that Bitcoin that is held in custody. And then you can, I don't know, there's vulnerabilities. That's why I say, like, if you can find a way to make native Bitcoin and not have to wrap anything, that's the ideal. And I
So
appreciate Hemi's approach anyway.
this is pretty cool. So what they have is Echo is like a Bitcoin liquidity aggregation layer.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like WBTC, BBTC, FBTC, BTC LSTs, native Bitcoin through their liquidity layer, and then you can put it within the ecosystem.
Okay. I'm not too
So their
familiar.
infrastructure,
That's your
yeah.
territory. I'm not. That's not my territory.
Something. I'll put up the docs afterwards. They got a cat theme as well, so I appreciate that.
You and your cat. Oh, the cats. Kernel's pumping. Speaking of Kernel's up 10% today. 10%.
Kernel. Why does that sound so familiar?
Because I did a deep dive on that one on the weekend.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where Kelp is part of the kernel ecosystem. The one that got exploited recently.
Yeah.
Okay, so we keep Cardano. The option is maybe a bit of night because he doesn't have access to the privacy narrative. Ooh. So with this, you can kind of you almost kill two birds with one stone here in a way,
Yeah.
Like you can still retain access to that Cardano narrative, but still access the privacy narrative within Cardano, which, you know what? That's a good scenario.
I mean, it doesn't even need to be like 50-50.
No, you're right.
It can be anything really. Like it can be an 80-20 split. It can be a 30-40
60-40, whatever. You have to weigh out your convictions.
Yeah. Now, Mike, my real thing is, how do you feel about research and bio making up almost 20% of the
That's
portfolio?
risk on. But I'll be honest. Those are the type of projects that in a proper moment, he'll go back and say, that's what changed my life. All right?
If that doesn't happen, he's down 20%.
Sorry?
And if that doesn't happen, he's down 20%.
Hey. But if it does, that's what changed your life. So
Look
there's
at
a
you
reason,
all bullish.
we gotta say why. Why do I say it like that? Because it's an untapped narrative. There's not much out there. This is not something that's been hyped up like crazy. I was probably the first ones out there on socials talking about bio when it came out. And that tells you something, because I'm not even, out there to be an influencer or anything. That means that it just got on my radar and I put some time into it and figured out that it was good. But the reality is there's no big influencers pushing bio or research right now. The narrative is small. It's a very small market cap narrative. But if you look at its value proposition, it could be one of the hottest ones. It could be that bio, the DeSci narrative, could be this cycle's narrative. Why not? And what's pretty cool is that bio integrated AI in a very healthy way. Not in a way like typical. You know how every website, oh, AI integration, AI. No. These guys literally have AI agents that work for the projects that they hold. So, for example, bio is a launch pad. Every project that runs through bio gets access to their own AI agent that helps them with their research and their scientific agenda, whatever they got going on. It helps them. And this AI agent doesn't have any liquidity. It doesn't have a token. It's not a pump fund token or anything like that. It's just a agent that has nothing to do with liquidity, but has everything to do with helping those projects launch successfully and raise capital successfully. I kind of like all of that. And that's when it pumped. When they got the AI integration last summer, it flew. Absolutely flew, because it was something fresh. Like finally AI being used other than hunting people's liquidity, like Pump Fund or Virtuals or Top Hat and Weifu and all those other AI agents. It was actually a good utility, something serious. So look, these are the ones. He's diversified into 2 projects within the DeSci narrative. High risk, potential high reward. If you did your research and you like it, I understand that every portfolio deserves a bit of a punt, a bit of risk. At least it's calculated. It's a little bit high though. It's 20%.
That's my only thing, man. And that's the only, keep in mind, those 2 are, which I'm on the wrong ones. These 2 are the only micro and small caps that he's in.
Yeah. Which we got to take into consideration too, because that means he's not that risk. He's not really risk on anywhere else other than there.
Yeah.
So it's okay. Like, you know what I mean? It's not bad. The rest are large caps and mid caps, and or if they're mid caps, they're well established. You know, like Algorand, well established. You're not playing games there. And Aave, well established.
Mike, what I really think he's trying to do is he's just trying to rotate this portfolio slowly and slowly. Because remember, if we take out these 2 projects, that's a 50-50 split between mid caps and large caps, really.
Right.
So what he's, more on the large cap side, more skewed towards that. But what he's really looking to do, for what I'm assuming, is a rotation. Slowly start rotating. But
so you mean take profit, like take half on the double on bio and research when it pumps?
No, like get more risk on as it looks better and better. But I don't know. Like
the market still looks like trash. So so he's got time. That's why he's saying till August.
Which makes sense why he would be looking for that.
But you know, this is a biased opinion of mine because I like both research and bio. I hold decent bags. My balance is not like this. He holds relative.
Yeah, I mean,
it's too high.
Like even if these guys, even if it's like the best project on earth, I think we'd both agree 21% is insane.
It's a lot.
Allocation.
It is a lot.
That's a fifth of their portfolio.
Unless the strategy is to de-risk right away, and he considers it like a trade without leverage.
But he says DCing into August, so that's
all of
3 months to that's from my understanding.
Okay,
that's probably why he had the maximum amount of coins, because he wasn't looking to
diversify further.
That makes sense now. Yeah, he doesn't want to put like $5 into 20 tokens, rather put like 50 into.
I hear you.
Like,
okay.
That's what's throwing me off, man. That's the biggest thing for me, to bring that risk down. Because listen, it could start pumping tomorrow, but you're really gonna put 21% of 3 months of DCing into one play?
Unless he plans on not DCing anymore, or aggressively reducing the amount that he puts in on research and bio going forward. Yeah. So if he's going to continue DCing, what you're going to do is give more attention to the other projects rather than these, so you can reduce your balance and risk over time. Because again, like, these are great projects. That's why it's my opinion is going to be biased, because I like them, and I would be happy to DCA in these. But 20% is a lot. Like, my portfolio is probably no more than maybe 5% on both. That's it. And that's because I'm risk on. You know me. I'm okay with that. and research is a micro cap, $15 million market. Just put it into context. This could go literally 10x and still be at 150 million. And it's still small cap.
I mean, Mike, that's really the biggest thing for him, right?
Yeah.
But just having one micro, I feel like he's better off having 4 or 5 micros as like a
And which
half on the
narratives,
double.
though?
I know. It's a narrative issue. I know.
This is a good narrative because it's untapped. It's like
Yeah.
there's no very little manipulation. There's nothing there. I approve of his strategy because not only does it resemble mine, and of course, you know, my strategies are always amazing. But it makes most sense. Why are you going to get into a small cap, into a oversaturated industry? It's like buying real world assets right now. Like, what are you going to buy?
Right.
If you already took risk on Lumia or Realio or any other like real world asset projects already, you have your allocation. You're going to go find another microcap? There's so many, it's oversaturated. Bio and research are not saturated. That's the beauty behind them.
Yeah. No, I agree with it. It's
Maybe reduce the
Great narrative
amount.
for
Maybe reduce the amount, or at least promise yourself this: that on the next DCAs, don't buy so much. DCA just a little bit, and just to keep yourself DCAing, but don't go too aggressive. Try to put more emphasis on the rest, and also promise yourself that if it does run, if we get a runner out of research or of bio, take half on the double. Take your initial investment off the table as fast as you can. That way, it doesn't matter if you're holding. It's okay because you took your capital off the table. And that's the best feeling ever, because you know you're risk off. Now, the next project, honestly, is another one where I don't like it.
I have this set as a layer 1.
What's the ticker? CRO.
I
This
think
is an exchange project.
It's an exchange, yeah.
But are they an L1?
Wait a minute. Let me look at this.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were at ETH, just EVM.
Oh no, they have Chronos EVM and ZK EVM and an entire ecosystem.
But are they an L1?
Trump Media CRO strategy. Okay, that's not that good.
That's why people pumped it, or because Trump got all involved in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is not a benefit lately. Anything to do with Trump hasn't been doing that great. So we got to just be real about that. Whether you like him or you don't, for crypto, he hasn't been that positive yet. So
I feel like, what would you put this as? Would you put it as layer 1 or exchange?
I would be an exchange token. I wouldn't be classifying that as an L1. And to be honest, I don't even like it.
Me neither.
I'm
never like exchange tokens. I think
I do.
There's utility.
I like Binance.
Really, why?
Binance.
Oh, there you go. No, but that has a full layer 1 and everything with it.
So is this one?
Like, yeah, but I'm talking about like, let's say KuCoin or MEXC's token. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, how about L2? How about Bybit's token, Mantle?
Okay with that.
It's an L2. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. But I think I was mainly just those layer 1s themselves. I'm not the biggest fan, to be straight with you. To be honest,
I don't like I don't like CRO as a product. It's very compliant, KYC. I don't. There's something that it seems institutional. I don't like. That's the same reason why I don't like Coinbase. Right? Yeah. It's the same reason. I don't like CRO for that reason. So I don't know if that's another one that I would be like, maybe forget about it. Maybe find something else. Forget about it. Maybe find something else. Why would it pump? Because of Trump? Prove it. Prove to me that what Trump buys or Trump gets involved in has been pumping. Up until now, no.
Whoa, Mike! Look at the market in the last 6 months. What are you talking about?
Well, not crypto market. Everything else has been pumping, but not crypto.
I meant crypto market.
Yeah. So everything else, the guy's been pumping.
I mean, he has a great reputation in crypto for sure.
Wow. So we just gotta see. I don't like Kronos. I would never hold that. That's my opinion. Again, I don't want to bash his portfolio, and I don't know what his convictions are. Maybe he likes the founder. I'm not even crazy about the founder. It seems
Who's the guy again?
I don't know. He looks like some Russian dude, but it doesn't matter. I'm not interested.
He's Russian.
I don't know what he is. He looks like he is.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, I would get rid of that and then start looking at, okay, what other narratives should he tackle, and maybe what should be done is looking at the Sui, maybe tap into the Sui ecosystem, but he's already got 14.2 in Sui in the L1. It's a lot. What does Algorand have in its ecosystem? Because that's something else you can do. Speculate within the algo in these other, like Algorand, and that's about it. Because Cardano doesn't have one. Does Cardano have anything yet? I know they had Sunday Swap. I would sell Kronos and find a way to distribute it somewhere else. That's what I would do. That's again.
Yeah, so I think we can both agree Kronos is a step back.
My opinion.
Listen, yeah, it can do great for sure, but it is just an exchange token. At the end of the end, has Trump ties. How do you feel about Aster?
Oh, Aster's good. I would hold it. It's been a stable coin lately, but I would take a chance on Aster. If you missed out on Hyperliquid, that's your only one next. The next one is maybe even lighter. That could be a good one.
Yeah.
If you like
a lot of the other ones like Drift took a beating, man.
Yeah, but that's a punt. That's an opportunity. You don't think it's gonna come back? Yeah. I do. It's gonna come back.
I do too. I talked about it. I'm waiting for it to develop.
Yeah.
But, we were talking about like 2 streams ago. I'm like, man, this looks bad. And then it's like, bro, like 20% dump, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like you just got to give it time. Give it a little bit of time, and then maybe buy some as well. I said I don't mind DCing this right now, especially like when it's at the bottom of the bottom. A lot of times,
slow and steady. That's all you could really do. Slow and steady.
Yeah, not too much in a bag or anything, but you know how it is.
Yeah.
So okay, Aster, not bad.
Aster's good.
I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna change this to perp. I like that better.
Yeah. What is the narrative? What does the chart look like? Still stable? Pretty sideways still? Should he diversify? Sure. Buy a little bit of lighter as well, and diversify those, and see what happens. Because with Aster, what you're banking on is the Binance ecosystem. That's what you're really trying to support there. Although it's one of the best ecosystems out there, I get it.
It is. It's pretty sideways.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand why you would want to hold this. I hold some too. So these are good picks. Okay, so if we had, we concurred that the 2 choices to remove would be Stellar and Kronos. What would we replace those with, and what would we add? So we have Knight there.
E-Money had a good idea there. I think E-Money really really was ready. Yeah, anything in the AI tokens. I mean, AI is a great narrative, I feel.
Yeah, Near Protocol, Tau, and yeah, those are good. I would be adding that to the list and get rid of Stellar. For Cardano, with Knight, it would be kind of cool to have Knight, so you can get access to the privacy narrative and still have exposure to Cardano there. Maybe get rid of Kronos and buy some Knight just in case, because it is already a $3.13 billion market cap on Kronos. So what is it going to do? 5x if you're lucky? That's a huge market cap.
What was its high? What was the high? I'm trying to see.
I don't know.
Kronos market cap high, not the all-time high price wise, but market cap wise.
Right.
That's something very important. 20 billion.
So even at 20 billion, okay, it could still do well. But okay, let's say it does a 10x and it goes to 30 billion. Still great. I get it.
Okay, I mean, it's there. Okay, we have some actually messages. So Bolster said Crypto.com uses it to give out rewards from what I see. They had commercials for it saying it's Trump's coin on Fox.
Yeah, I remember.
That's craziness. And we actually have some comments here as well. Wasteland Muscle Car says, "Yep, I'm still watching Drift."
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Me and Wasteland were talking about Drift just I think 2 days ago or something. Man, yeah, he was like, "Yeah, this looks bad as well." So
What you
great.
guys are doing is speculating on a recovery that almost has no choice but to recover. What is the what is the Solana Foundation going to do? Support another perp dex when they already have one?
Yeah, but Mike,
Yeah.
when you had a 20% dump the next day, like at some point you gotta be like, okay, I'm just gonna wait for structure to develop.
Oh, of course. No, that's a given. But what I'm saying
I
is it's
thought you
not
were
gonna
saying-
it's not gonna like it's gonna come back. Like it's like what happened with Cetus. It dipped, and now what? Cetus is doing nothing. So it's gonna come back. You just gotta, just be patient.
I don't mind taking a risk on it. I think Wasteland, he was even asking the same thing. We're aligned on that as well. So
yeah.
I'm
So we got Knight to add. We saying get rid of Kronos. What else could we add? What narrative is he lagging in or not involved? Okay, gaming. Do we buy gaming? No, not yet. We'll touch
How about
gaming.
memes? How do you feel about memes?
No, absolutely not. Do you see Pump Fun? Do you see that chart, man? I hate to say it, but I called it. I told you. I was like, guys, forget about it. That thing's done. And look where it is. Look at the pump chart. One of the ugliest charts in the market right now is Pump Fun. Shiller's shill.
Holy.
And it's garbage. And it has no utility other than launching meme coins that get people wrecked. Its tech is good, but the market's not ready for that. To have such dilution and such degeneracy. It's too fragile. We're too fragile still to have that.
One of the biggest issues, even when they brought those NFTs garbage on Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, that was
and all that.
Yeah,
man, I'm telling you, that's why we get no transactions happening on Bitcoin anymore. Before that, healthy, beautiful, even for being like most people classify slow. People were transacting.
Yeah.
Since that happened, people had to find alternatives. There's just no way you can go through the regular methods anymore.
Right.
Very sad to see.
So what else? What other narratives? So he's got DeSci L1s. Okay, L1s he's stacked. He's good. We're gonna transfer some of those L1s into AI. And then that's pretty much real world assets. Does he have any proper real world assets?
Rio. What do you think about Rio?
Rio's a small cap too, right? I think it's 50 million or something like that.
Rio and like maybe Ondo to balance it, something like that.
Ondo's real world, but its real world is very DeFi, so it's very like what's it called? Lending and borrowing and yield and all that kind of stuff. So it is DeFi, no doubt. But it has a lot to do with tokenized assets, so tokenizing stocks and things like that. So it could tap into that, and Ondo's a good one for a bit of DeFi, but real world assets as well. Morpho's one that is pretty good too, and that will give him access to the base chain because he has no. Does he have anything to base? Any connection to base?
Oh, it's like 869 million market cap right now.
Yeah, so Morpho's a pretty good one. And because he has no exposure to base chain, that might, and because base has no token, I say that's another one where you can basically get 2 for 1, 2 narratives for 1, real world assets and base.
Yeah, that's good. And I feel like just switching ADA with Knight as well, that it gets him some.
Not switching it. I wouldn't get rid of it, but like maybe splitting it or something, or
that gets him into the privacy.
Yeah, maybe get rid of Kronos and kind of split it up a little bit between some Knight and reduce a little bit of Cardano and kind of do your thing there to just get that exposure. Do you want to type in the recommendations here, or we'll just do it after and you can send it to them? Send it to the person.
No, I'll just do it here then. Okay, so Mike, let's just end it off.
Yeah.
Okay, so main ideas. Replace we don't like Stellar.
Get rid of Stellar.
Stellar can be switched out for AI narrative. Right? We talked about the different ideas and
AI and Tau and Near Protocol are probably the ones that I would say are probably best. We can get more risk on, but there's no deep in here either.
Yeah, there is none. How about Pith? How do you feel about Pith,
Or
Link, all that
Oracle.
jazz?
I like it. It's on a downtrend, but still looking good.
So, okay, then we would say remove that from Stellar, diversify into AI, and remove Chronos. So this is where we could really take Chronos, and we could say go into Oracles, and
Yeah.
what was the second one we said? What was it?
Oracle, maybe Morpho for a little bit of real world asset and
And
base.
RWA. So you have
Yeah.
Pith, Morpho, Ondo, and Rio.
Something like that. Real's a small market cap, so I don't know if he's that interested. I see he has a lot of large caps. But Pith being the Oracle, Chainlink being an Oracle, those are two majors. Pith is more risk on, obviously, and Morpho, kind of cool because again, you tap into two narratives. Overall, that's what I would be looking at. He could still stay within the 11 and still be fairly, and you're better diversified. And the sad part is, we have to say this and get this disclaimer out there, guys. We could see this thing basically. We can see the ones that were like Chronos could pump, okay, and so could Stellar. We don't know. We're not fortune tellers. We don't know. But on a $3 billion market cap and almost $5 billion market cap, you know, with very little utility for Stellar and not really much action happening there. And CRO competing with Coinbase and this and that and Trump, all this. I don't know, guys. I justify getting out of it. What's your take?
I mean, listen, out of everything in the portfolio, we usually like to choose 3 things to take out anyways, or we don't like. This time we only chose 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that should already be you know, like I really think the portfolio is like it's pretty balanced for what it's trying to do.
It was an easy one.
I would say rebalance ADA, sorry, not Cardano, but research and bio. You know, it's a little bit risk on, and we talked about different strategies that you can do to actually do
I wouldn't get rid of them. I would just have a strategy to de-risk when you can.
Yeah. Rio and not Rio, bio and research, de-risk.
Yeah. Have a strategy there because they're a little risky.
Yeah. Listen, I would agree with you. I mean, what else is he gonna remove, really, right?
No, so, it's good. It's a good portfolio, and the recommendations I think help it get into balance, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's that.
We did good
Mike,
here.
What's 2 projects you like though? 2 projects you like.
2 projects. Hold, a lot of them I like. He's got great picks.
Yeah. You want me to go first if you want to think?
I like Sui. I'm happy with Sui based on his framework with large caps. Good choice on Sui. And I'll go the opposite end of the spectrum, bio. Those 2 have my safety net. L1 with safety net, and bio risk on with the appetite and the opportunity to make some good moves if things go well in this industry. Just keep in mind that Binance CZ is behind bio. And research has, what's his face, Brian Armstrong, too, the CEO of Coinbase behind it. So both good anyway.
Okay, well, you said the same thing. I was gonna go with Sui and then the side narrative as a whole.
Yeah,
that he has. I feel like it's good balance between risk and more risk. But yeah, guys,
I mean, they're good too, man. They're all good. It's hard.
So, Mike, I think that's pretty good for the portfolio analysis section, guys. Like, if this is something you want done to your portfolio, guys, DM me. Just tell me the tokens you have by their percentage of port. Guys, don't worry. You know, I know you guys might be like, oh, like I might not actually want this portfolio. Don't worry, guys. Just send it in. We'll take a look. The thing is, just send it in quickly so we have time to actually get this all down and get the information all up to date. If you can send it by Friday, perfect. But the sooner the better, because if someone else comes along, then it's going to be another week to wait on it. Until
maybe we can get a form going to make this process a little bit more streamlined. What do you think?
Yeah, I could make a Google form for it.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. I'll work on that then.
All right, man. Pretty good. We're gonna wrap it up for this session. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean for the portfolio, yeah. we're
What about
good.
the rest? You're gonna stay on? Because I'm gonna go wrap it up. I'm gonna go record my afternoon video now. I've been live for 3
Yeah,
hours.
I was gonna just do my TA and then just
Okay.
update the projects we talked about yesterday, and that was it.
How can I give you, like, how can I transfer this over to you?
I don't think it's possible.
Okay.
So how about this, Mike? You come back in 30 minutes and I'll be done by then.
But you can end the stream, can't you?
No, I don't think so.
If you log in on the platform, you
Right.
probably can. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. Okay, it's okay. Don't worry. I'm here anyways.
If you have to go, we can end it off and I'll just start it myself.
You know what? Maybe it's not bad because then you get a fresh new batch of people, and you go in with your own thumbnails. You go in with your
How many
own.
views are we at right now? What's that looking like? It should show you on the dashboard because it's good. The higher that is, the more other people like the algo will think.
Yeah, so that you don't want to end it, right? Is what you're saying?
Yeah,
Hold on.
Kind of insinuating.
We got 5 people right now. Look at this.
Hell yeah.
Guys, if you're watching and you didn't subscribe yet, please subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 followers here on the channel. We would greatly appreciate it if we can get that eventually. Who knows how long it's going to take, but we're going to do our best here to grow this channel from 160 to 1K in the next little while. So if you want to participate in that adventure, give us a follow, make some noise for the algorithm, all that good stuff. I don't know. It's up to you, Tao, how you want to handle this. I can hang around. It's just I want to record it, and I can't record with this thing running.
I mean, I only need 15 minutes, so I could cut it down just to 15. If you want to and you're willing and you have the time, yeah. If not, it's all good.
I think it's better that you do your own. You come back on and redo it, because then you have your own thing. Because right now, everything, the thumbnail, the description is me. You know what I mean?
I don't care.
Yeah, but people will know to come and watch that it's you that's yapping. I think that's best.
So even if it's only 15 minutes, that's okay, because I don't want that to affect the. Want to look bad? That's only a 15-minute stream.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, I'll start for 15
All right,
minutes.
we're having a conversation, Bolster. Are you okay with that? We negotiate live what we've been doing. You know, we're like. Bolster's loving it. All right, guys, take care. I appreciate you stopping by, all that good stuff. Well, we're gonna be yapping here again tomorrow. I'll try to do this again for another 3 hours. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Take care, guys.
Take care.